You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Ant and Mazz in the midday.
In the midday.
Welcome one and all once again to another episode of Ant Mazz in the Midday. Anthony Cafone, Brandon Morazzo, and Connor Cupin once again coming from you from the beautiful campus of Montclair State University, WMSC Radio Studios.
I don't know how I'm feeling about this campus right now. It just raised tuition.
Yeah, tuition just got released and Mazz is a little
heated, bro.
Heated.
I should be grandfathered in with the rest of the people that have already been here. New people coming in, all right, raise their rates. And we contribute to this campus.
Yeah, we give the people...
Not everybody does that.
We give the people some great content.
All right, like, listen,
Come
let's be honest. We're your auntie's favorite sports talk show for a reason.
100%.
I said lower our tuition just maybe like a few $1,000s. I'm fine with that.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, I should get free tuition for the contributions I make to this place. I'm saying it, bro.
If you get free tuition, I get free tuition.
Yeah, you deserve it. I can think of a couple of kids on this campus. I can't speak for all departments, but I can think of some from the School of Communications that are definitely helping this place become what it is at the student level. And yeah, they deserve to be treated a little better. I'm just saying, instead of raising the rates, this is ridiculous. Come on, dude, I'm in here.
Does Connor Cupin here deserve free tuition?
Yeah, because he just saved this show from going out. We almost didn't make it on time. So just for that, yeah, sure, Connor can get it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Connor's gonna be a mainstay in the radio side for sure, especially because we're gonna be on the other side, and we're helping build back up the sports radio with Coach Cam, so we're trying here. Connor will be part of the guys and girls and people that are making this place what it's becoming even better each day. They deserve some compensation. All right, thank you.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. And here we are, Wednesday, July 27th. And where you want to go, Ant? I guess baseball is the big topic right now because nothing else is happening. WNBA, that's about it.
Yeah. So right now, on the baseball side of things, trade deadline. In about a week away, 5 days, August 2nd is the trade deadline. A few names have been rumored to move. We talked a little bit about Benintendi last week. Of course, Juan Soto, who's been in trade talks now. Apparently, the Seattle Mariners are now potentially a team that might go after Soto. And if we're talking about Seattle here, what would their trade package look like? I think
everything.
Here's the thing. Julio would have to be involved.
I would say so.
Julio's probably the rookie of the year right now. And you know what? I'm looking at Julio right now. This kid could be a potential superstar and probably an MVP in the future.
That's a big claim right there, but it's not outlandish.
That's what I'm saying. Would you
trade
for
a guy? Soto? You'd have to strip that entire. What does that team have? You're stripping everything.
Yeah,
like
Kelenic,
anything that has value is on its way across the country.
Exactly.
Is it worth it? Because here's the thing. I feel like if Soto ends up on the Mariners, we're gonna have another Trout situation. Just a great talent that's not gonna be able to do nothing.
And Seattle's got a good team already. They're building a good team. They have a good farm system. Would you really want to gut that away just for Juan Soto?
Yeah, possible.
Connor, what do you feel about this?
Well, if they have to give up Julio Rodriguez and Kelenic, what else goes into that deal? Because what do they really have outside of those guys right now? Robbie Ray is still there.
Yeah, they're not going to get rid of Robbie Ray.
So it depends
on
how
much.
Dude,
they might do whatever it takes. They're probably looking at Soto as the next... Griffey Jr.
I think they're looking at Julio as the next Griffey Jr.
You think?
Look at Griffey's stats compared to Julio's in their first season, and it's pretty much night and day.
Yeah. But does he have the player profile that Soto has? I mean, this is a guy where you're talking about the crown jewel in terms of young guys in baseball right now. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. If he doesn't end up in a larger, I don't want to see it on the Dodgers, but I see it happening. I could see the Padres happening.
Yeah.
Potential Yankees. Even the Mets, honestly. I see this kid going to a big market. I don't want to see it happen, but I can see, this kid deserves to be in a big market, let's be honest.
The thing is, it's up to Washington's choice. They have the power because he's under contract, so they won't trade him to the Mets because that will be the death of their franchise for a few years.
Do you think that they're going to move him at the deadline, though, especially with the whole not flying him out to the All-Star game?
Yeah.
I think the relationship's tarnished.
They'll get their most value for him now. It just diminishes as time goes on, so if they could, they would. But there's a chance they won't. Maybe they're not looking for everything they want, but then it'll be too late, and then they settle for a deal anyway.
What a schmuck move would that be? Not flying the guy out, just, almost burning the relationship completely just to come
message,
together on a thing. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Almost like a KD situation. What's going on right now?
Yeah, it is. Don't even get me started on that. We'll get there. I don't know, fellas. I mean, it's baseball, so anything could happen, really, you know.
I mean, it's going to set a new precedent. This Soto trade is going to set a new precedent when it comes to baseball.
Well, I think we're seeing that all throughout sports. It's just big guys are leaving teams, and it's not necessarily in free agents. You know, it's teams are making trade for players that you thought would never be, that would be off limits forever. And here we are with a potential KD trade, a potential Soto trade. And this is where we are in sports. Do you guys think that this is just too much for these guys of what these teams are expecting? Or are these talents that you know what you're going to get with it and it's definitely worth giving up a future because all those future might not pan out to even be half of the guy that you're trying to acquire?
Look at the Rams.
Fair.
Jalen Ramsey, Matt Stafford. How many picks did they give up for Matt Stafford? Like 3 first
Von
round
Miller,
picks?
too. Another guy.
I'm very big on going in for the established guy, so I'm okay with giving up the future because the future might not pan out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The future could be Dragan Bender.
Exactly.
Or you have a Herschel Walker situation where you give up the whole farm for one guy, he doesn't perform, and then the team that gets your whole farm ends up winning 3 big soups.
And that's what we like to hear here, you know what I'm saying? So,
it
happens.
You see that more often than not, trading for established guys works out better than trading for the farm, but the trading for the farm sometimes can be detrimental.
It's one of those things where it literally could go either way. I'm a big fan of the established guy because I feel like it sways more in their favor because you know what you're getting. The only thing that's going to stop it is injury. That happens, but it's worth the gamble because it's like, hey, we know what we had. It's not our fault that happened, where it's like, oh, we had the chance to get this generational talent
also,
and we didn't make the move. So
if you had that draft capital, who's to say you were going to get those guys?
Exactly.
Like, you probably could have wasted a pick on Joe Schmo.
Let's be honest here. We have all this stock, being Yankee fans, we have all this stock in Volpe. We have expectations. I think everybody thinks he's a phenomenal player, but living up to the expectations is another thing. There is a possibility that it doesn't happen. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I like going for the established guy, but you never know with these things. I think when you have a chance to get these generational talents, you absolutely have to make the move for it. But speaking of futures, future in Boston's looking pretty bleak, huh?
Oh, Boston Red Sox have had probably the worst stretch of games in the modern era of baseball. Over a 3-game period, 2 against the Yankees, 1 against Toronto, they had a negative 45-run differential. They got outscored 54-7.
In 3 games.
3 games.
Shout out Big Papi for coming to the rescue for that organization one more time, getting into the Hall of Fame and taking all the negative attention off them for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But this Boston Red Sox team, I just got to say, has been the weirdest team I think I've ever seen. How do you go from being bad to start the year, then you go on like a 21-5 win streak in June, and then you revert right back to where you were before June?
I'll tell you right now, it's the pitching. Because they have none. The lineup, the field lineup is quality. All right?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that. Everybody that's playing the field for them, their bats are quality, but this is what happens when you don't have pitching. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Who do they really have outside of Eovaldi, really?
Nick Pivetta.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got 2 guys, but
and
there's
Sale
nobody
got
else.
injured.
Exactly.
Sale literally in
That
the
finger
second,
looked... That was that... Yeah.
Yeah, second start, gets a line drive right back off the finger, and now he's probably out for the season. So you lose probably the guy you spent the most money on, who hasn't even played more than half his contract.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's really... That was bad luck. I think that... Connor,
hit the cough button, man.
every time
I didn't cough,
Connor
though,
just-
so you know. Sorry. I didn't cough.
Unbelievable.
I had to bonk you for that, Connor.
Didn't
Connor,
cough.
Connor
Sorry.
yawning into the mic.
Hey, Connor thinks the conversation's boring. What's everybody else thinking? Thanks a lot, Connor. We appreciate you, you schmuck. Anyway, where were we?
Yeah, Sale. That was unlucky. They're having good hitting from guys like Devers and Bogarts. Martinez has recently gotten his power back as of late. He had a huge home run slide. But then the defensive side of the ball has also been a huge problem. They've had over, I think, 25 errors this month.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, how do you expect to win games with that?
There was literally a 2.5-minute compilation on Twitter, posted by John Boy, of the Red Sox errors in the month of July. Not 2.5 minutes of the errors the whole season. 2.5 minutes of the month of July.
I believe the Orioles just overtook them in the rankings.
Yeah, right now the Red Sox sit last.
Where do you guys see this season going for the Red Sox?
Down the drain.
It's looking like it's done in a hurry. Beginning of last week, they were sitting at like a plus 60 run differential. They're sitting at negative 15 right now.
So if you guys had to make predictions right now, who's finishing ahead of Boston or Baltimore?
I think Baltimore's playing a little bit out of their minds right now. I think they will come back down to earth. I think Boston will finish in 4th.
Screw it. They're going for it. The Red Sox will be in last.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean, listen, he's almost right with the Atlanta. He said that Atlanta was going to overtake the Mets, and I believe they're like a half a game behind.
They're 2 games behind right now.
Every week I will restate that the Braves will win the NL East until it is right.
That's Connor just... You know what it is? I finally understand it. He's all upset because the Marlins basically just came out and said, anybody but Alcantara's on the market. Come make some offers.
Listen now. The Dodgers looking at Garrett Cooper. So, I mean...
I would trade Garrett Cooper.
If you can get some...
This is his last year of his contract. What's the point of keeping him for this year and then letting him walk in free agency?
Also, yeah, he plays DH. Anyone can play DH. And if he plays the field, it's first base, and they already have a guy that can play first base, they can get some quality stuff for him. Especially for a team looking to win right now.
I think Wendell's also a good option to probably ship off. He's a good switch hitter, right? Switch hitter right now?
Joey Wendell bats lefty.
Yeah, he bats lefty, but he's a good lefty bat. Hits for contact, plays solid defense.
They did the same thing with Marte last year. They traded him to the A's because they were trying to win. And then they get back Jesus Luzardo. Marte walks and goes sign with the Mets. And the Marlins get something out of it.
Speaking of the Mets, that might be the off-season. What am I talking about? The trade deadline move for me. They're talking about Wilson Contreras. Everybody knows they need a catcher. How do you guys feel about that?
That will complete that team. But they'll still lose to the Braves.
I don't know, dude. They could honestly make they could, if that deal gets done and everybody comes back healthy, you're talking about some serious contenders in New York and not just the Yankees.
The Mets have had a very good season this year. They've hit some bumps in the road, but they're going to be active dealers at this trade deadline. I think they're going to try to look for another bullpen arm, probably.
David Robertson will be. They're looking to package David Robertson. If they can get a package deal,
if they can get a package deal, Wilson Contreras and David Robertson for a couple of prospects, you're looking at probably the NL favorites.
Do you guys think it's been more of like the players just actually living up to expectations or even exceeding them, or do you think it's been management that's just been making these quality moves and that's why this team's where it's at?
Both.
It's a combination of both.
Because they went off in the offseason. Marte, this Eduardo Escobar, and
Canna
just traded for Daniel Vogelbach.
Yeah.
Which he is now the new DH. So sorry, J.D. Davis, on the bench now.
And Vogelbach is in his first few games as the Met has really he's shown up. He's had some pretty good games. I think he scored a run and I think he doubled against San Diego.
How was the game last night, Ant?
How was the game last night?
Subway Series.
I mean I watched a good amount of it. I was at dinner. I was enjoying my vacation, which I just drove all the way up.
Speaking of which, we can just hit right into it. I'm hijacking the dog of the week. This is usually Ant's thing, but Ant can't give it to himself because that's just weird.
Yeah, come on.
Ant, we're officially giving you the dog of the week for taking the hour-and-a-half drive, coming all the way up from Seaside in the middle of vacation just to come and talk sports with us. Us two schmucks.
Not sure if we would have done the same.
I probably might not have done the same if I was in the middle of vacation. I need my time off.
Down in Seaside.
I don't take it often, but when I do, I like to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So can we get a nice round of applause here for Mr. Anthony Cafone, dog of the week? The first person to win Schmuck of the Week and Dog of the Week here on Ant and Mazz in the Midday at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, the voice of Montclair State.
Down in Seaside?
It's very much an honor. Just think of the previous Dog of the Weeks. Zach Wilson,
Juan Soto,
and Anthony Cafone.
Yes.
That's some legendary names right there.
What a list that is.
And if I had to put money on performance for the rest of the season, you're number 2.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
In front of
Soto, absolutely.
I thought you were high on Zach Wilson.
I am high on Zach Wilson.
That's why he's number 1.
No. He's number 3. I expect more consistency out of Cofone than I do Zach Wilson because they still need some. They still need some
And
pieces.
Zach Wilson
They're
was a
on
dog.
an upward trend. He is a dog. He's going to be a solid quarterback. They're on the upward trend. The only thing is, are the Jets going to be consistent? I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be better than the Giants. I've said that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be. And I see you like the Eagles, bro. Like you're
winning-
going to be
dark horse.
So
You're
they're winning the NFC East.
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not. It's just it's
Ants winning the NFC East.
I shouldn't have said the Eagles. I should have said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I expect consistency out of you.
And the championship is what you're saying. The big soup.
He's wearing it. He's wearing the intramural softball championship.
I mean,
shirt
he is
right
a champion.
now.
He is
a
he
champion.
was a
Chase for 28 champion.
he is a chase for 28 cornerstone.
The shortstop.
Exactly.
Number 2.
You're the Volpe of the.
I'm number 2. Derek Jeter.
Stop it.
Number 2.
Stop it. That, unbelievable. Where were we?
We
Well,
were literally talking about Donovan.
Talk about the seaside drive. Mid vacation, wakes up, 8 a.m.? What'd you wake up this morning?
Yeah, like 8 a.m.
And decides to.
He called me
drive-
at 9. He's like, I'm leaving now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving right now, too. I left 30 minutes later and still got here before him. So,
Well, yeah. I
you know,
drive an
that's
hour
what
and a
happens
half.
when all you have to do is drive 40 minutes.
That's
Well, I also-
dedication,
You know what?
everyone.
The turnpike was not bad today. Usually the turnpike is just, bumper to bumper.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. that is
You're
true.
acting like it's a Friday.
It's also rush
afternoon.
hour. It's also rush hour.
Fair, but I feel like everybody would be going the opposite way.
Exactly. Exactly. He's going against the grain.
And speaking of going the opposite way, where are we going with the show?
Well, we were
sticking-
talking about the Red Sox.
we're on the Red Sox. Are we still on MLB? Where are we at?
Yeah, we're still on MLB. We were talking about the Mets. That's what we were talking about.
Dude, Buck Showalter's showing he still got it. That was a quality pickup there by them. Is this what... I feel like he's an old school manager. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is what teams need. This is a guy that I wish... I've said
Oh,
this...
yeah, you want to hire Tony La Russa for your squad?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying... No, because, dude, that guy... Don't even get me started with him. I just feel like Buck Showalter is the kind of guy that's just like... He's gonna, he's gonna stick it to you when you need it.
Well, he was probably the first iteration of the player's manager.
Yeah.
Because, don't get me wrong, Joe Girardi's a good manager, but he's not a player's manager. He will...
He's not a management manager either.
Yeah.
He's not a manager.
He would...
He's not a manager.
That's what I'm saying. He would routinely call out players. That's the old school manager type. Call out players. You sort of go to the media with them a little bit. You have to sit them for a little bit, and that's sort of their deal.
I kind of like that.
Buck Showalter, though, is more of a player's manager. He fights for his players. He sticks up for them with management and the media.
But I feel like he doesn't coddle them. Like, I feel like I get that from some guys.
Like Aaron Boone?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Aaron Boone's a coddler, bro. He's the kind of guy that... Boone's the kind of guy that, good or bad, fellas, we're going to go get ice cream. It's all going to be okay.
Everyone gets a chip bag after the
He
game.
still brings the
The
orange lemons.
the orange slices.
Orange lemons. The orange slices in the middle of the game at the dugout. Like,
And
that's Boone.
the bananas, yeah.
So it's like, oh, keep the potassium up. Where it's like, Showalter, it's like, yes, he is a player's manager, but at the same time, it's like, fellas, you know what you need to do, get it done.
Well, that's probably something in baseball that we have not been seeing. Guys don't take accountability anymore. Now, I wouldn't just say it's just in baseball. That's just in all professional sports.
You think?
Do you think guys take accountability for losses and playing bad?
Depends on who you're talking about. I think we still see the older generations. The Tom Brady's and the LeBron James still take accountability.
Yeah, but those are minorities
goats,
now. They're the minority now
Yeah,
within the sports.
I'm with you, but in terms of a whole, yeah, no, guys are definitely trying to just pass the blame. I mean,
Exactly. Oh, it's not my fault. I'm going to sit out now because I don't want to play.
I want no part of this. It was not my fault.
Exactly.
I played great. Listen, I had all the stats
Exactly.
to prove that this is not my fault. And then, I don't know. Maybe you need that though. Maybe we just need guys to just take more accountability.
Maybe a combination of those type of guys in a clubhouse locker room.
I mean, I think you definitely need to
done.
be called out. I don't know if it needs to be done in front of the media, but like, hey, if we were on a team, let's say, right? Take any sport you want. Connor, give me a sport.
Cricket.
Cricket, yeah.
Give me a sport that I actually know.
Hockey.
Okay, so let's say we're all on a hockey team, right? And we're us three are on the attack, all right? And you guys are putting up goals and assists each night, and I'm not doing nothing. I should be called out. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm not doing nothing. And if we're still losing and that's happening, yeah, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. Certainly not on you two guys, because you guys are doing your job. Start taking accountability. You're not playing up to the level. Some of these guys aren't playing up to the level of contracts. The contracts are bigger than ever. Get it done.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that in a sense, but sometimes
What is coddling going to do?
Nothing.
build up morale. Because
No,
if a guy knows that a manager has his back and is not going to look at any turn to get rid of him, then he will have that security in mind saying, all right, this is just a phase, and mentally can get back into the game.
I see what you're saying, but I kind of got to disagree in the fact that it's like, hey, I'm not going nowhere. So, like, I want to get out of this slump, but there's no urgency.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You need the urgency. You got to light the fire.
Well, you could definitely give them a sense of urgency without being like, you're terrible and we're going to get rid of you. You could say to them like, hey,
I'm not saying
we
you got to
know what
threaten
you
to
could
get rid of
be.
him. I'm just saying you just got to,
but
just
say,
give
like,
him a quick.
You phrase it like this. We know what you could be, but you're not showing it right now. We need you to play better, and we know how you could play, and that's what you say.
I just think you got to be a little harsher sometimes.
Well, that's also you coming from Opacon and being...
Yeah, it is what it is. Being a Jersey kid, yes, I want it to be a little rougher. Is that so bad?
No.
You got to get called out, all right? It
Connor,
builds character.
Have you ever been, like, extremely chewed out by a coach?
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
We don't need the story right now. Just a yes or no.
Dude, yes, I got second place. We got second place one time and got chewed out because it wasn't first.
That's what I like to hear, all right? We need coaches like that. Get the Mount Olive coaches out there.
The Mount Olive coaches are now going to be coaching the New York Yankees.
I mean, listen, Boone's doing a good job, but I don't know if it's necessarily Boone's doing. I think it's you have guys that are playing out of their minds for the season.
Judge.
You know, speaking of the Yankees, though, but here's the problem. The only thing that's going to hinder them, it's not management. It's going to be players staying healthy, I think.
Yeah.
And you just saw King broke his elbow, is that it?
Yeah, broke his elbow.
Okay, so King breaks his elbow, Stanton's back on the IR.
The IR.
I'm sorry, IL, my bad. Dude, there's so many. Come on.
Yeah,
give me a
I
break
know.
here. All right, Stanton back on the IL. I mean, here's the thing. Let's take Stanton. Stanton's literally my favorite Yankee. Okay.
Same.
Absolute. Of course he is, because he's a. Get out of here. Stanton. Bomb Carlo's my favorite Yankee. All right. However, every year he gets hurt. There's always something. How long's this one going to be? I don't know.
Well, it was left Achilles tendonitis.
Oh.
Tendonitis is generally something that's like 2 to 3 weeks usually.
Great.
So I think he'll probably be back by the end of August, I would suspect. And
Are you afraid about these injuries?
who isn't? Like, he's had problems with like his calves and stuff like that in the past. And you know that he usually rebounds. But the Yankees
Or just doesn't come back.
The Yankees are still in the playoff push. I mean, I think the Yankees have the division on lock right now. They're still up 11 and a half games on Toronto.
Oh.
But the only thing I'm worried about is Houston.
Toronto's in second right now?
How would you? So just looking at the whole league and looking at the the World Series, which is coming upon us, surely not fast, but we're getting there. Who you guys have as the favorites right now in the entire Major League?
I remember our preseason rankings. I had Blue Jays, Dodgers.
Yeah, that's working out. Well, one of them's working out. I had Dodgers with you.
Listen, he said the Blue Jays are 11 games back. Watch out now.
Dude, stop it.
Watch out.
I gave you love on the Braves take. I'm not giving it to you on the Jays.
I still like the Yankees' chances of going to the American League Championship Series. King's injury is a blow.
Yeah.
That is definitely probably one of their best bullpen arms behind Clay Holmes. And Chapman and Loaizaga are still pitching shaky. If they can get back to the form they're at, Marinaccio could still be that guy out of the pen. They just need 4 solid bullpen arms. Wandy Peralta could be that guy as well. If they have those 4 solid bullpen arms, and they can acquire a Castillo, like a good starting pitcher at the break, or at the trade deadline, I can see the Yankees making a push to the World Series. Right now, though, I still think Houston probably has their number again.
Yes.
That is a tough pill to swallow.
The Yankees need to make some deals at the trade deadline to get me some confidence. But as of right now, I think I see Houston coming out of the American League. Out of the National League, it's tough. New York, after acquiring Vogelbach, and if they make that deal for Contreras and Robertson, that definitely elevates them to probably the top team in the NL for me. The Dodgers are always good. I'm not confident in the Brewers enough. They don't have the hitting as much as they do pitching. And then like San Diego, St. Louis, they're not going to really threaten. They're going to do a little bit of damage. They're not going to threaten to me. Right now, it's between the Mets and the Dodgers.
I think the Mets actually get the deal done. I think we are en route to see a Subway Series.
You think Subway Series right now?
I'm thinking Subway Series right now.
There will
for
be,
the World Series.
There will be no home games or away games. It's just New York City.
It's still a stadium, though.
My whole point is...
dude, listen, have you been to Queens?
Yeah.
Far different than the Bronx.
Whole point is those Yankee fans will make the travel. There's no distance, you know what I mean? They'll go.
Yeah,
they'll go.
Fair.
Yeah, it's
and
usually
vice versa.
half Yankees, half
I think it's going to be
Mets.
half and half. I don't think there's ever going to be a true...
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Okay, fair. I get what you're saying.
There's no home field advantage, yeah.
When you're dealing with Yankee Stadium, that's definitely a home field advantage. Just the dimensions
of
the
dimensions.
field,
Well, the Mets got if they get their lefties in order. McNeil.
Yeah.
Exactly.
McNeil's not a guy with crazy pop, though.
Fair. Do you need crazy pop for Yankee Stadium?
Absolutely not. Pete Alonso doesn't need crazy pop, even though he has it.
As of right now, if you had both guys on a 5-year deal, actually, I'll say a 7-year deal, would you take Pete Alonso or would you take Aaron Judge?
Judge.
Wait, I think Judge brings more to the game, but Pete Alonso and Judge right now are Judge. I think Alonso has more RBIs as of right now.
I actually think he might be the better hitter. I think he has the better on base percentage, if I'm not mistaken. I think he beats him in everything but home runs.
Judge and Alonso?
Yeah, I think Pete Alonso is leading Judge in everything.
I think Judge has him in on base.
Well, look at it this way.
Judge is blowing him out in OPS, I think.
Look at it this way. Judge is 30, Alonso's 27. So if it's a 7-year deal, would you rather 37-year-old Judge or 34-year-old Pete Alonso?
I said the 7-year deal.
Yeah. That's the difference. I'd go with Pete Alonso, not going to lie.
Here's my thing. I think Judge is going to I think Judge is going to win the MVP if he keeps it up. I don't know. Is Alonso ever going to do it? It's possible.
But of course.
I don't know. I just feel like Judge is such a household name right now. Come on. Who's bigger than Aaron Judge in baseball?
Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
That's it. It's those two fighting for that AL MVP right there. Yeah.
So that's
razor thin.
So that's what I'm talking about. Where it's I feel like with Judge you have more marketability. It also depends on are we talking about them on their respective teams or just straight up on another team? Because I think that matters.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at the stats right now, which is comparing Alonso and Judge. Judge leads in batting average, on base percentage, and slugging, OPS. So he's got all the measurables. I think he plays better defense. He steals bases. He's still 9 bases this year, which is pretty good. He walks a lot. It's really tough.
He has a section of Yankee Stadium named after him, for crying out loud. The guy's marketable.
Yeah, for this season, Aaron Judge is better, of course.
Yeah, moving forward, I think it's not like Judge is necessarily going to be taking that. Baseball, I feel like guys can play for a while,
Yeah.
This
if
isn't
you're a good hitter,
look at Nelson Cruz.
This isn't like we're talking about would you rather take, I don't even know. Would you rather take Zion Williamson or LeBron James for the next 7 years? LeBron's only going to be there for 4, maybe.
Aaron Judge is not LeBron's age, though. He's still 30.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that it's the fact that 7 years from now, I'm going to get. I think out of Judge the next 7 years, I'm going to have 5 great years, and then we'll start seeing it taper off.
Yeah, look at
where it's Alonso still might be
still
quality
for 6 or 7.
Okay,
years.
but I think I'm going to get more productivity out of Judge.
In those years where he's productive,
100%.
I see where you're coming from in that.
Look at Miggy Cabrera. Obviously, you saw the fall off with him. And how many years has he been on that contract? And it's just been him playing like that.
What I want to see from Pete Alonso, he doesn't have any postseason experience. Judge at least has 4 or 5 postseasons.
It's coming now. It's coming now.
This is the year we'll see what Pete Alonso's made of.
Do you guys think that Pete Alonso could ever be a face of baseball? Because I feel like Judge already is right now.
He's in New York.
Yeah, of course he could.
I think there's potential there, but he has to do it first. Where Judge has already done it, that's why I'm sticking with him.
And the funny thing is, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he said something really He said this something to me, and I was like, you know what? You might be right. The Mets paid Lindor to be the face of the Mets.
Yeah.
And Pete Alonso's pretty much taken it over.
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom.
I said DeGrom too, but DeGrom hasn't played this year.
He's still the face, though.
Yeah, but he was the face of losing baseball.
Think about this, right?
He was the face of the Mets when they were losing baseball.
Yeah, but
Mets are winning baseball.
But that
now.
is
Pete Alonso's the
But
face.
that is a guy where it's like, we're not losing because of me. This is not my fault. I've literally played at a ridiculous level, and all the rest of you bums have not been coming up to me. That is the prime example of a guy that should be calling everybody out. It's like, dude, I'm putting up Hall of Fame numbers over here for these seasons. Where are you guys at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't really necessarily blame him. 1. 2, it's the guy hasn't even played this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not yet.
And
no.
we still talk about him every time we talk about baseball in the Mets. The second the Mets came up, dude, DeGrom's not even playing yet. That's the first thing that we've jumped to every time. He's the face of the Mets. I don't know if he's going to be if they don't get that contract done. I could actually see him getting traded out because he hasn't been playing. What's the point of paying him the money if he hasn't been playing? Now, granted, it's been the one season, but we'll see what happens. You know, they might like the trend that they're going in. Hey, they're winning games without him, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, Scherzer's only going to be around for a year or two.
yeah.
You don't know how long he's probably going to play. And still pitch at the level he's pitching. So you do want to pay a guy like DeGrom money because you know what he brings to the table and he's still young.
Well, 100%. But what about the potential of packaging DeGrom for some big pieces?
They're not going to do that.
Some Soto pieces.
They're not going to do that.
I don't think they're going to. I just had to float it out there.
Mazz, they're not going to do that.
I know they're not. I just had to float it out there.
Yeah, but this Mets team can definitely go in many directions. Pete Alonso is definitely going to be there for the long haul.
We'll see.
And you know Steve Cohen could definitely dish out the money.
Oh, he's got $500 million, man.
Yeah,
Here you
he's
go.
got the bottomless wallet right now.
The bottomless wallet.
He's paying Lindor. They're probably going to pay Pete Alonso soon. Then he's paying guys like McNeil, Escobar, Canna, like Marte. Like this
Whatever they
team-
want, yeah.
Yeah, now they have Edwin Diaz, who's probably been the best closer in baseball this season. They
Edwin
got a good
Diaz
team.
or Clay Holmes.
That's
Oof.
it's tough because Edwin Diaz strikes out like over half his batters. But
Had
Clay
my
Holmes-
one Mets friend and my other Yankees friend debate this yesterday, and they both defended their sides.
I'm
What
going to
do
be
you guys
honest with
think?
you.
Clay Holmes has a more dominant pitch. His sinker's probably more dominant than anything Edwin Diaz has when it's on. But Edwin Diaz is probably having the better season.
I'm going to be honest. I got to stick with Diaz just because of what you just said there, where it's like, dude, the guy, like, you're not getting balls into play. Like, that's the most important thing. You know? Say what you want. Like, strikeouts is definitely the most important part of a pitcher's game. People are like, oh, well, if they're putting balls in the field, but like they're, the balls aren't going anywhere. I don't care. Just the ball. There's always possibility for human error. When you don't have the ball even entering the field of play more often, you're the better pitcher in my eyes. So I'll give the nod there. I'll concede.
We've been comparing the Yankees and the Mets guys. I want to go position for position real quick
Oh, man.
and just
Let's
go through who has the advantage, the Yankees or the Mets.
Let's go.
Right now, at the catcher position, the Yankees have Jose Trevino.
Yeah, he'll take
It's
the
got to be
advantage.
Trevino. I mean,
the
Yeah.
advantage.
he's
And-
literally
and
just
the-
an all-star.
But the Mets, we'll see if they do go after
Okay,
a guy
let's
like
say
Wilson
if they
Contreras.
get Contreras, then you got to give the nod.
Yeah, I give it to Contreras.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
been
absolutely.
better.
But
Not
for
by
right
far,
now,
but still better.
right now, Trevino's definitely the best catcher in New York.
Yeah, but James McCann and Thomas Nito are like they're fine. They're not going to hit well.
Tomas Nido definitely no, and McCann no.
They're not. They don't hit well, but they give you good defense. But I'd still rather have Jose Trevino. He's been the best defensive catcher in baseball, while also providing a .280 batting average.
Sweet.
Probably more
I told
value.
you this. Did I
more-
not tell you about Trevino before this happened?
Well, I knew he was good.
I know you knew he was good, but I said he should be the everyday starter. You said you weren't sure yet.
Well, yeah, because Higashioka was just given his chance, and you didn't want to like.
Nope, never wanted it. I saw it coming from a mile away.
Really?
Yes,
When
yes.
did you see it from a mile away?
When I went to that Orioles game, and it was actually the night that right before I watched the game right before that Trevino hit his first home run for the Yankees, and I just turned to my cousin. I just went. I texted you at that game, and I went, "No, I'm lying. It was the Blue Jays games that we went to. The Blue Jays
You
game.
walked, right?
When we were walking, we watched that game, and I turned to Connor and you, and I believe Big J was there, and I went, this guy needs to be the everyday starter. And you just went, I don't know about that. And I said, I'm telling you right now, this guy's going to be more useful than Higashioka ever will be in New York. And here we are. Thank you. Next.
All right, so the first baseman,
I ad-lib, bro.
Alonso and Rizzo.
Alonso.
A lot.
I mean, Rizzo's having a good year.
Yeah,
He's
fair,
playing
but he's
batting
not
well on the
Alonso.
left side of the plate. He's got over 20 homers. He's playing probably the defense we all know Anthony Rizzo can put up, but Pete Alonso leading the
ridiculous.
major leagues in RBIs. So like that's invaluable. So I'd say Pete Alonso. Second base, Jeff McNeil, Gleyber Torres.
Jeff McNeil because we've been all-star.
Yeah, Jeff McNeil was an all-star, but also the second baseman in the NL were kind of weak. I feel like Gleyber, if he was in the NL right now, would probably be an all-star second baseman.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
McNeil. Sorry. The NL second basemen are weak. Jazz and McNeil. And Cronenworth. It's not weak.
Yeah, Cronenworth was playing shortstop a little bit, too.
It's not weak.
Yeah, but also...
Get out of here.
Gleyber's playing pretty good. He's batting like 270, but he also hit more homers.
I understand, but nope.
But McNeil's hitting like 292.
All right,
He's in like
I'm
300,
going to give it to
actually.
McNeil.
I'll give McNeil a slight edge over Gleyber, but it's not by much.
Do we have a homer in the building?
Am I really been a homer lately?
Is he right
I don't
now?
think so. He just said Alonso over Rizzo, and Rizzo's been
That's fair.
hitting it. So
That's fully fair.
I
And
think
also, I
he's- I
said the
think he's
Astros
fine.
were. I also said the Astros were going to the
There
World
we go,
Series.
never
Yeah,
mind. I take
yeah,
it
he's
back.
fine there.
I
Why are you
take
trying
it
to
back.
call this man out right now?
I take it back, okay? I
Anyway,
apologize.
continue.
Shortstop,
Across the
Lindor or Connor Fleffa. I'm taking Lindor.
Lindor.
That's easy.
I can't stand
Yeah.
Lindor, and I'm taking Lindor.
I can't stand Connor Fleffa. I don't know, man. He got picked off last night, and I was like screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "You really don't like him." I'm like, "I don't."
IKF is struggling.
He hits for a decent average, but his OPS is like 600. He doesn't slug for anything. Like we brought him in because he had speed. He could steal bases. He doesn't steal bases. He doesn't do anything. So I don't really like Connor Fleffa.
Sweet.
Third base right now. I want to say Josh Donaldson, but I also want to talk about LeMahieu too.
Who actually plays?
Donaldson plays third, but LeMahieu also splits time at second with Torres. LeMahieu or Jeff McNeil, real quick.
Oof.
Still McNeil.
Talk about this season or like
LeMahieu the
all
last
thing?
month has been hitting like almost 400 over the last month. And he gets on base at almost 500. Like he had an on base streak of like over 20 games.
This one's hard, man. I'm trying not to be a homer so bad here, but I don't know. I think are we talking about this season? I think I still got to go.
Yeah,
with
I'll still take Jeff.
Yeah, I'm taking Jeff. McNeil.
LeMahieu struggled at the beginning of the year,
Exactly.
but he's been dominant these last like 3-4 weeks.
And McNeil's been an all-star, so
All right, but
I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him.
LeMahieu at his peak is probably better than
fair.
Then
I think he has more
at his peak.
potential, but like we're talking about
LeMahieu's a
what
two-time
they're
batting
doing.
champion, bro.
But we're talking about right now. What are we talking about this season? Or are we talking about in general? Those are two different things.
If we're talking this,
Because I feel like we're talking about like right this second.
Yeah,
like,
I'm talking about right
of where
this
we're
second,
at.
right?
So I got to go with McNeil.
All right. Then by third base, Escobar.
This is tough.
I take Donaldson, LeMahieu at third base over Escobar,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll take LeMahieu over Escobar. I'll go with
and
that.
Donaldson as well. Well, Donaldson they split time pretty much at third.
Yankees overall third base
LeMahieu
situation
plays
over
first,
the Mets.
second, and third. He plays like every position in the infield outside of shortstop.
Yeah, I'll take that over.
So that's why I wanted to
over
bring him
Escobar.
up for a little bit.
Even though he hit that 2-run home run last night, I'll still take him.
All right. And then now outfield, right now in right field's just been a carousel. It's been like Judge, and then you have Stanton there, then Gallo.
Just categorize the outfield as one whole unit.
All right, yeah, we'll do that. So I'll say right now the Yankees outfield, I'll exclude Stanton because he's on the IL. But
I was adding him in. Just
I'd say
'cause we're
add him,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah, add him in because
All
it's he's gonna be gone. What? 2 weeks.
Judge, Stanton, Hicks, Gallo, Carpenter,
Mm-hmm.
and now LeCastro.
Versus.
Canna, Nimmo,
Marte.
That's the three starters. I'll take the Yankees outfield.
I'm taking the Yankees.
100%.
Just with Judge and Stanton when they're healthy.
That's all I need. You
Yeah.
could put a cactus in left field. It doesn't matter. for
Nimmo
me.
and Marte, don't get me wrong, are great.
Yeah, no, they're not bad
great.
at all. It's just these guys are, dude. This is
But also, you got to imagine Joey Gallo. He'll be gone within the next
that. Well,
couple
that's the
weeks.
cactus, you know. So it's just
Who DHs for the Yanks?
So it's been a little bit of a carousel. It's a new guy every day. Like they rotate the lineups. Like Gallo will get it one day, Stanton will get it one day, Rizzo will get it, LeMahieu will get it one day.
So let's call it Gallows the DH. Like the number one DH.
I don't think he's number one. He's not the number one DH anymore.
Who's the number one DH?
I feel like you kind of have to say it would be Stanton.
Yeah, I actually or Donaldson too. Donaldson
Yeah.
probably got a majority of the DH spots too. When LeMahieu plays third.
So for the Mets, it's Vogelbach. Now, so what do you compare there?
I think the Yankee DHs, like the three guys who usually get it, are probably better than Vogelbach.
All right.
Pitching rotation. That's tough, man. I mean, I'll include DeGrom. If Scherzer and DeGrom is better.
It's a wrap. They got the better.
Yeah, Scherzer and DeGrom are better than anything the Yankees will ever throw out.
But they haven't had them all season, so
But they're coming back though, so we're
I hear
talking.
what you mean.
Taijuan
So we're
Walker
basically
too.
looking at this as a preview for the World Series. So he's going to be back.
Okay.
So we'll give it to him.
And the bullpen with the Yankee injuries.
Yeah, that's really bringing down the entire Yankee bullpen.
I think
They've been bad, the Yankee bullpen.
You probably got to give the nod. Listen, the Yankees got to make a move. All right, like that's what this comes down
Well, who
to.
knows who's going to get
Both
Bednar.
teams got to make a move.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bednar's a hot commodity because he's a great closer on a Pirates team that can't win games.
Also,
and a
the
team that's
Yankees-
contending will definitely need that.
Also, the Yankees are getting Zach Britton back too.
Oh.
He'll probably be back sometime in late August, and he could definitely be a game changer in that Yankee bullpen.
So where do you give this nod to?
I give
Everybody
the Yankees.
healthy.
I give it to the Yankees.
Give it to the Yankees.
If everybody's healthy, Yankees. by
Oh,
far.
yeah, if everyone's healthy, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But right now,
Well, I'm looking at it
it's-
as the
Mets have
excluding
Ottavino.
King because obviously he's not going to be. He's done.
But the
it's a
Mets,
wrap.
the Mets have Ottavino. They have Jolie Rodriguez. They got some guys in there that are okay, but I think they're definitely going to look to get a bullpen arm this time during the trade deadline.
I'm so here for the Subway Series, World Series.
Yeah.
That is so weird that that's how we have to say it. But Subway World Series, that's what
Happened
I'm
in
at.
2000, man. Yankees won 5, I believe.
I'm just saying, dude, I'm here for it. And just how crushing would that be to Mets fans for it to just go down in 5 again?
4.
4.
Yankees got to make the World Series first, okay?
Yeah,
Yankees got to make the
they
World
gotta
Series
listen.
first.
If the Yanks get past the Astros, I'm confident. But it's the Astros that are like just the giant dark elephant in the room.
If they see the Astros would most likely be in the championship series, so they will get into the World Series. As of right now, they're the 1
No,
and
that's
2.
what I'm saying. If they beat the Astros, I think they win the whole thing. Like the next year, that's gonna be
I
their
see what
biggest
you're-
challenge.
So
They
the
get
real
past them.
So you're saying the real World Series is the ALCS?
Yeah,
Is that the
potentially.
real World Series?
I don't know
I
about that,
think
man.
so.
The NL's got some dogs in there.
I know they
Dodgers
do,
and Mets
but-
are dogs, man.
I'm with you.
And even the Braves are dogs. I think the Braves definitely have a shot in there, too.
They're coming.
I'm just saying. For me, if they can get past Houston, they can do anything.
Oh. That's
I mean,
bold.
that's been their number one obstacle.
Dude, it's been. Let's be honest.
And the Red Sox in a wild card game.
Oh, don't even.
the Yankees have gotten eliminated by the Red Sox.
Don't even
or
get me
the
started with that.
Astros.
I've never been more disappointed in a pitcher in my entire life.
Yeah, the last 6 seasons, I think the Yankees have been eliminated by the Astros and Red Sox 5 times.
Yeah, gotta love it.
And the Rays the 1 year. And then it was they've repeatedly had the Yankees number.
All right, can we please stop just make me relive all these nightmares right now?
making you relive nightmares.
I mean, yeah, you worse.
Xander
Yeah.
You're the one
Bogart's
who
home
keeps going
run.
into it. Stop it! I just have Aroldis Chapman just getting taken deep just
In your
forever
brain
in
right
my
now.
brain. I just can't. Move on.
And then Mr. Altuve going, "Don't take my jersey off. Don't take my jersey off."
I found it
he was
funny.
wearing a wire.
I found it funny when they traded Chapman to the Cubs. They win the World Series and they get him back and they can't win now.
I just want to say something real quick. Next year's Hall of Fame, like the MLB Hall of Fame, Carlos Beltran's on the ballot, and if Carlos Beltran gets into the Hall of Fame,
Before
and-
Alex Rodriguez, I have a problem.
yeah, if Carlos Beltran gets in the Hall of Fame before all the steroid guys,
You're gonna
Terrible.
lose it. Terrible.
Just
horrendous.
because he was actually cheating.
I mean, everybody was kind of cheating, but
No, but-
everybody was doing it. Not everybody
I'm not
was
talking
doing
about
the
Carlos
wire.
Beltran. I'm not talking about Carlos Beltran steroids. I'm talking Carlos Beltran and the Astros scandal.
No, I'm saying everybody that was doing steroids, everybody was
Yeah,
doing
but I'm
steroids.
saying-
Not everybody in the league was hitting.
But I'm saying,
hitting
if you're getting Carlos Beltran in for the Astros scandal, even after all that, and you're not letting steroid guys in,
I'm with
criminal.
You. I'm with you.
Criminal.
I'm with you.
You're robbing these guys.
Dude, somebody put A-Rod in the Hall of Fame already. Put Barry Bonds. Whoever.
Also, I
Pete
heard-
Rose.
We went through this.
Yeah, we did go
We
through this
went through this
already.
last week. We don't have to hit the whole list. Anybody who just put him in. All right.
Well, I heard that Don Mattingly and Keith Hernandez will be available for once again to be voted in by the legends. I think.
Come on, Donnie.
They get so after you go 6 years in the Hall of Fame, you have 10 years to get in, or if you get lower than 10%, you're out already. Mm-hmm. But like if you're in the consideration for like over 10% for 10 years, you still have that chance. But after 10 years, you're done. But I think if you wait another like, I think it's like 25, 30 years, then you're up for consideration again. If that's like a legend pick.
I'm going to just start our own committee here, the Ant and Mazz Committee of Hall of Fame.
Oh, we got to make a whole baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, congratulations. Barry Bonds, our first inductee.
Barry Bonds, we're letting Sosa in, we're letting Rodriguez in.
We're letting anybody who made the sport fun in. Congratulations. Maybe we'll keep it alive.
Roger Clemens.
The Blue Jays made it fun by scoring 28 runs.
I mean, yeah, unless you were a Boston fan. Hey.
They put up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Dude, that was literally an NFL score. And speaking of the NFL, I think this is a good time to jump on over.
Let's transition.
Okay. So the big news, hit us with that.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray contract.
Getting a huge extension.
Forgot all about that. I was going to take us to Tampa Bay, but go ahead. My bad. Dude, that contract is just insane. What was the contract again?
Yeah, so the Kyler Murray extension.
5 years, $230.5 million.
That's insane.
What is Lamar Jackson going to get?
Wait, $230 million.
That's like 0.5.
That's like almost half of Mahomes' salary.
He's got to be the second highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to be right behind Mahomes.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
In AAV.
Did you guys see the stipulation that he has to have 4 hours of independent study time within the contract? Can't be playing video games, watching anything. Like, it has to legitimately be studying 4 hours extra outside of team meetings and team film and all that stuff on his own. The fact that you have to
put that in the contract?
Why would you pay him that money?
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
If you don't
that's
think
really
the
sad.
fact that you have, this is essentially putting this is like telling the kindergarten he has to do nap time.
Literally.
Like, what is this? How this is who you're trusting with your franchise, dude? You're an NFL quarterback. You should just automatically be trying to be the best that you could.
Yeah, I've never really suspected Kyler Murray to be like a diva.
Oh, he's a diva.
He's been a diva lately, man.
It's been a little ridiculous. The fact that you had to include that in the contract is scary to me. I'm sorry. I liked Kyler up until everything that we're seeing coming out. He's giving me OBJ vibes, you know. He's giving me Antonio Brown vibes.
$46 million a year.
Yeah, $46 million a year
For a guy that you have to force to study the playbook.
And
oh my God!
And he's never even made the playoffs yet.
Dude, congratulations. I get it. He's a mobile quarterback. That's where the game's going to. But why are you paying this guy? And Lamar can't even get paid over here. This is fantastic.
Well, I mean, Lamar,
former MVP, can't get paid.
He can't get paid. The Ravens are willing to pay him. He's just not taking their offers.
Yeah, but are they giving him this kind of a deal is the question.
I feel like they have been, but he wants to see if he can get a little bit more out of it.
I don't know, dude. This is ridiculous at this point. Former MVP not on a contract, and the guy who's never made the playoffs is sitting here getting the second highest contract in the NFL. What is happening in the world? I have absolutely no clue.
Now Lamar is smiling because here comes the bigger bag.
Yeah, he'll be smiling, especially when he's down in South
If Lamar
Beach.
wins another MVP, if Lamar wins another MVP this year, he's getting like $50 million.
Well, speaking of, hold on a second. He might get the bag, but according to one anonymous source, if he wins 12 MVPs, he's still not the best quarterback.
He's not a tier 1 quarterback.
Not a tier 1 quarterback. What are they thinking out here? I've been the most critical of Lamar out of this show, and here's the worst part. I like Lamar. I think he's exciting. The biggest problem I have with Lamar isn't even, yes, I say that he might not have the arm of some of the guys, but that is an X factor of all X factors.
He led the league in touchdowns that 1 year. He won the MVP.
Dude, that's the thing. This guy has proven that without help, he gets the job done. You can't even game plan around him because whenever you think you have him, he has that factor of just taking off in any direction. Probably the fastest guy behind the center, in terms of quarterback position.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know if he's the best runner just because.
Listen, he averaged the 5th highest air yards per attempt. He throws the ball deep.
Yeah.
He can push the ball down the field. This narrative that he can't do it is.
It's just here's the problem. I think it has more to do.
People are thinking about what he was his rookie year and not what he is now.
Well, I think here's the problem, too.
He's developed.
That there's nobody that is legitimately an aerial threat on that team outside of a tight end. Yes, you have a rookie wide receiver. You just lost Hollywood Brown, who's okay. He's not great.
We'll see what he's made of in Arizona.
For sure, but we won't even see now because he's injured.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait on that one. But I think once Lamar I think it's just more so the pieces around him. I don't think it's necessarily Lamar. The only reason why I have Dak over Lamar is just strictly because of targets. I think Lamar is definitely a bigger game changer. All right? I just think that the organization that they're playing, if we're talking just straight talent, yeah, Lamar Jackson's up there. He's not number 1 to me. But yeah, he's probably top. Ooh. Hold on.
Top 10.
Oh, 1,000. I've said he's a top 10 quarterback this entire time. But whenever we do these lists, it's going into this season right now where they're at, who is the better quarterback. If we're just doing like a head-to-head comparison, Patty Mahomes, maybe Herbert this year, we'll see.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen definitely right now.
And then
Aaron Rodgers. I got to give it to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady led the league in passing.
Because he's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But there's not really. I don't want to hear Russell Wilson. I love Dak. I just straight up. Yeah, I think I'd rather have. Damn, I don't know, man. I don't know. I probably gotta. I really like Dak as a quarterback. I think he's a great field general. I think he really can be the real deal. But yeah, just go win me a game, Lamar.
Lamar, since he's been in the league, is like the highest win percentage of any quarterback.
Yeah, dude, he's a stud.
He wins games, and isn't that the job of a quarterback? Is to win games?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes.
Any way possible. Doesn't have to be through the air. It could be through the legs. It could be hand the ball off. You call the game. You have to win the game.
Yeah,
that's a quarterback's job.
Sounds
he's
correct to
definitely
me.
up there in terms of guys that I want with the ball in his hand with the last drive. More so than some of the guys I just named.
Lamar or Dak in the last drive?
Was that what'd you say? Did you say you want the ball in Lamar's hands or Dak's hands?
Probably Lamar's. I want it in Lamar's hands. Because here's the thing.
That was also
if it's in Dak's hands, it's the quarterback sneak.
That was a huge...
Well, here's the thing. I was going to say, if it's quarterback sneak, Lamar might actually, actually be in the end zone right now. Rumor has it he's still running.
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge narrative, like, the first few years of Lamar's career. He couldn't, make a comeback, or he couldn't get the ball down the field to win a game.
Dude, he's a running back, bro.
But he's been doing it.
Dude, they wanted to make him a wide receiver. Like, what? That was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of
the
in my
Ravens
life.
were down 25 points to the Colts at halftime.
Yeah.
And they won the game. Like, he could come back from down a lot of points.
Just get him somebody,
He's versatile.
Dude. I want to see him with, like, an Antonio.
That's why I wanted Julio, man. But look at where Julio's going now.
To the Bucks.
What do you mean you wanted Julio? You just told me Julio wasn't going to do anything yesterday in a private text.
He's not going to do anything, but I still want him to be a Lamar's like big body target.
Does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to you what he just said?
Nope.
Explain yourself.
I still think Julio's going to have like 700, 800 yards. I'm not saying he's going to have like mind-breaking stats.
Oh, okay. I thought the way that I took
I still would like Julio in the Ravens offense.
The way
I don't think he's going to be what he was, 3 years ago.
Fair. Okay. So the way that I interpreted your text yesterday was that like, oh, Julio's not even going to be a factor. I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't say that.
He's literally going to be the third target on a ridiculous. Once Gronk comes back, he might even be the fourth target for
It's all
crying
good. They
out
got
loud.
Kyle Rudolph. They don't need Gronk.
Dude, okay, let's be honest. Kyle Rudolph is going to be a nice buffer zone for Gronk to go get his party in. He'll be back before week 8, all right?
Possibly.
I'm telling y'all right now, Gronk is not done. He's going to see... Dude, what is that? The NFC South is
in
nothing.
shambles.
It's in shambles right now.
I mean, the Saints are on the way
Kamara's
up.
not even playing, potentially. We've been so caught up in the Deshaun Watson
The Saints are on the way
shenanigans,
up.
whatever you want to call it, nightmare, that Kamara... We haven't even really covered it that much. We brought it up when it happened, but he might not play.
Michael Thomas is back on the pup list again.
Michael Thomas is...
Don't even get me started
No,
with
he's
that
fine.
guy.
Michael Thomas is going to play. Olave is going to play. Jarvis Landry
But
is
here's
going
the
to
thing,
play.
though. They still
They're
have
set.
Winston back there. I don't see...
He's going off.
Do you see them compared to the Buccaneers, though?
Yes.
No.
Are you kidding me?
And the Bucks
Watch.
defense
You
is
got
10
the Saints
times
over
better.
the Bucks.
Not over the Bucks. No. I didn't say that.
So that's what I'm
No,
asking.
he
about.
asked you
no,
if you
no.
compare them.
What?
Yeah, are they at the level of the Bucks? That's what I'm asking.
No, but they're almost there.
Okay. No, I wouldn't even say almost
No,
there.
dude,
They're coming.
I
They're
think
nowhere
that's
close.
That is a clear favorite of dude, Tom Brady and the Bucks are the clear favorite.
Yeah. But if I had to choose a second place team.
Okay.
Yeah, but
you're
the
saying
gap
that they're
between-
close.
You're making it seem like it's going to be like the Eagles and the Cowboys this year.
No, that's just the Eagles.
Stop it, dude. He's gonna just. I'm gonna just lose my mind right now. Listen.
Yeah.
All right. The difference between the Bucks and the Saints in terms of first and second in their division is going to be ginormous compared to what the Eagles and Cowboys are going to be this year.
It's going to be like 5 games.
I still think, I'm definitely with you.
3.
I'm telling you right now, the Bucks are probably going to win the whole thing.
I think they're coming out of the NFC. I don't think they're winning the whole thing.
They have the GOAT who retired for 2 weeks?
Yeah, like a month.
Okay.
But we were all saying that the Bucks were the favorites last year. And you saw what happened when they faced the Rams.
Here come the Dolphins.
I still think they have a chance.
I just think the Rams stack up really well against them.
I mean, we'll also see what happens. A big part of their playbook walked out mid-season, all right? Let's not act like Antonio Brown was not a big part of them, all right? And he just went, talk about having a diva moment, rips off the pads in the middle of MetLife Stadium, and walks out. I was at that game.
You were working that?
Yeah, I was working that.
How was that?
I was over, dude, I think you asked me this before. I'm over in the suites, right? And I'm standing there next to the guest service guy whose name's slipping me because I'm not always in that section. I don't even know how I ended up there because I'm normally up in the quote-unquote penthouse, as they call it, the cheap seats where I like to be. But I'm down in the suite sections, and we're sitting there, and it's me and the guest service guy, and we just see this guy, jumping up and down, and the guest service guy turns to me and goes, "Look at this guy," and I went,
That's Antonio Brown.
No, I went, oh, wow. I'm sitting there. I'm like, why is nobody tackling this guy? This is going on This is going on for way too long. What's going on right now? And then all of a sudden, boom! You just see the replay up on one of the big jumbotrons.
They put on the jumbotron?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, they put it up on the jumbotron because I think they thought that it I don't know what was going on.
They don't put fans around the field on the jumbotron.
Yeah,
they knew it was AB.
But they knew it was AB is what I'm talking about. So that's why
crazy that they would put it on the jumbotron.
I'm almost because that's how we saw because we're like, dude, I think that was AB because it wasn't that they put him on the jumbotron. It's that the play that was going on, he ended up in the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that no? Because he was on the other end zone. I thought.
I don't
He
know
was in the other
what
end zone.
happened.
They were
Somehow AB ends up on this jumbotron because we had no clue. We couldn't see that well, and we look up and we went, and I turned to him and I went, dude, and he before I could even finish the sentence, the gentleman turns to me and goes, "Is that Antonio Brown?" And I went, "Yeah, I think it is." I didn't see him rip off his pads. I caught on when he was doing the jumping jacks because we thought it was a fan on the field. And I'm sitting there why is nobody tackling this guy? What is going on here? And then we realize it's one of the best wide receivers in the game, even though he's a nutcase, walking out mid-game. And then we weren't sure what was going on. It's what's going on? And then you saw the pictures on Twitter of the guy with the Uber coming to pick him up. That's legit. That legitimately happened. And AB just quit mid-game. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Who just quits mid-game?
Antonio
Brown.
Vontae Davis quit mid-game, halftime.
They retired
with the Bills.
At least it was halftime.
Yeah,
and he retired. Antonio Brown was looking for other gigs.
I don't even know what's going on with that. I'm surprised he's not a Raven, to be honest with you.
Play the Steelers twice a year?
Because here's the thing: the Ravens scouting department and their GM, they don't sign guys who have had histories like that. They did.
They don't sign wide receivers. The last time you guys had an All-Pro wide receiver, I don't even think was in our lifetime.
Yeah,
I don't think they've ever had an All-Pro receiver.
I don't think they have.
So
they never
funny.
had one. They've had a Pro Bowler. I think they've had what was his name?
Anquan Bolden.
Was Anquan? I don't think Anquan was All-Pro with the Ravens.
Maybe not with the Ravens. Still a big name receiver.
Did you guys have
Torrey
Steve
Smith.
Sr.?
We had Derek Mason.
They did have Steve Smith Sr. You're correct.
We had Derek Mason for a few years. And he was pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, this is where we're at. This is
Great
the Ravens.
spiel.
But now
Great
that the
spiel.
Bucks have Julio Jones, do you think that elevates their offense even further?
100%.
Yes.
But do you? He's gotten injured last few
100%. But think about this, right? He not only doesn't have to be the number 1 target, he doesn't even have to be the number 2 target. He's literally Julio Jones in this current state against against a team's third best
corner.
Corner.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. That is taking candy from a baby in my mind.
Well, we also said that about AJ Green when he went to Arizona.
Yeah, but
And then, yeah.
here's my question though. First off, you didn't have to deal with a Kyler Murray as opposed to a Tom Brady. Okay?
Yes.
So you're dealing with a lesser quarterback in a lesser offense And let's not act like that those guys haven't had an injury situation of wide receivers up there. I'm talking fully healthy Bucks. This is a great situation for Julio Jones. I'm actually mad that this happened because everybody wants to. No, everybody that wants to go. Anybody that's been a name in the last 15 years of football. Maybe I'm going back a little too much, but you get what I'm saying. Brady, Everybody wants to play with Tom. Tom's going to take me to the ring if I don't have one.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a free ring. That's all they want.
This is essentially, and I can't blame them. This is exactly the time to do it. It's not like these guys are signing big contracts. It's, hey, I'm towards the twilight of my career. It's now or never. By all means, go get it. We had no problems with Melo joining the Lakers. This is essentially the same thing.
DeMarcus Cousins joining the Warriors.
We had no problem with that.
We had too much ring chasing. Too much ring chasing in today's NFL, NBA.
I'm with you, but at the stage of those guys' careers,
yeah, it's fair.
That's fair. Boogie literally lost out on that. First off, that was the league's fault because Boogie was up for a major bag coming off the best season that he ever had. Tears the Achilles, and then nobody wanted him. Everybody was trying to sign him for a vet minimum, and the Warriors paid him $5 million. Nobody was gonna do that. So yeah, if I'm Boogie, I make that same move. Don't necessarily see it ring chasing. It's just that hey, these guys are actually valuing me more than everybody else. KD straight up ring chase. I don't respect that because a lot of teams could have paid him that money and he still chose to join it. Melo's in the twilight of his career. It's either now or never. It's not like he's turning down big contracts. He's not competing at the level that he was. It's absolutely fine to go do that. All right. And you're seeing these guys like Ndamukong Suh, like Hakeem Hicks, all signing there with Tom and all that stuff. This is fine because these guys are, let's be honest, they're about to hang it up, and you want to be able to walk around and be like, hey, I got it done. Because every kid who's ever dreamed about playing in the NFL, played about getting a Super Bowl, dreams about a Super Bowl ring.
No, you
said it. My bad.
You said it.
My bad. Dude, you were looking at me, and I said it, and he saw that coming from a mile away. They dream about a nice big shiny ring at the end of the season.
They dream about a nice big can of Campbell's in their hand.
That's what I'm talking about, So it's, I can't blame these guys. There's nothing wrong with it. And here we are at 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, and Mazz in the midday.
Top of the hour.
Boom. Anyway, where was I?
You're talking about having a big Campbell's at the twilight of your career.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Because how many guys don't even get the chance to even play in the game? For instance, nice transition here, even though it's sad circumstances. Chris Carson's done. That's it. He's never...
Did he win one?
Does he have one? I have no clue.
The Seahawks have not won nothing in the past 5 years.
Yeah, I don't
think...
He
played for only 5 years?
Yeah, 2017 he got drafted.
Wow, I thought he played for longer
No,
than that.
I think he missed it. I think he came right after, the whole beast mode.
3 years after that.
That's...
3 years after that.
That's terrible.
So you have a guy like Chris Carson who's never going to be able...
to hoist.
To even have a shot at it. Where these guys, it's
unless
hey,
he
this
comes
is a
back.
wrap.
Unless he comes back.
Dude, it's a neck injury.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
He has screws in his neck.
Dude,
man.
the way that the Seahawks, I think he just the way that they did it, he failed. He literally failed the physical. Now he's eligible to get millions of dollars in benefits, which was awesome by the Seahawks. Probably the best thing that they've done for somebody. I guess letting Russell Wilson go was pretty cool, but that was a real classy move by them. But Carson's done. He has no shot, and this is sad. Chris Carson, though, thanks for the years.
Yeah.
That's rough,
thanks for the fantasy wins over the years.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just, you never know when the time's going to be up. And if you're at that age, it's now or never. I have no problem with those moves. Those veteran guys deserve it.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on Ant Mazz in the Midday. Coming up, John Mechie, Patriots rookie wide receiver. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on with him. And
Patriots takeover.
Bill Belichick, the evil emperor again. And then we'll have some NBA talk for you guys coming up in just a little bit.
NBA action?
Little NBA action. You know what we always do. Stick with us here on Ant Mazz in the Midday. Welcome back to Ant and Mazz in the Midday here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Shout out your auntie's favorite sports talk show.
We are your auntie's favorite sports talk show.
Oh, wait, that is us.
Yeah.
Anthony Cafone, Brandon Morazzo, Connor Cupid back here once again for the second hour of our little 2-hour radio show here on Wednesdays. And
little.
Or
We're
little.
the biggest thing on
Come
this
on, We're
team.
the biggest thing here. We're the biggest thing here. Come on.
Who's bigger than us, except for Match Week, who has an international fan base?
Yeah, they have they're 2 fans in Australia.
Oh.
Hey, we don't have fans in Australia,
Yeah,
as far as
come
we
on.
know.
We
All
don't have
right.
fans in Australia.
I want fans in Australia. That's an awesome country.
Yeah,
Continent.
Joey from Sydney.
Landmass.
Call up the
Joey
station.
from Sydney. Out of all the,
Yeah, Joey the kangaroo from Sydney.
okay.
Yes.
Had to be a kangaroo.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
you know,
Ozzy.
Joey's are little.
I was gonna
Kangaroos.
say Ozzy, the Aussie from Australia.
Ozzy the Aussie from. Oh yeah, he's from Australia. Really? Ozzy the Aussie from Australia.
That was the joke.
He's from Sydney. That's the city. You gotta say what city they're from.
Yeah, but Ozzy, the Aussie from Australia, sounded better. Queensland.
The Queensland. All right.
It's a county, I think. I don't know. Land. I don't know how it works.
They're counties in Australia.
I don't know how it works over there. But
Yeah, they're just they're
here we are. We
Australia.
covered cricket. Now we're covering Australia. Like we know the
the
place.
Bobby. You know.
We have no clue what's going on in Australia. All right. I like to
There
visit
was the wildfires there last year.
Sadly, that was
but we
rough.
don't-
Speaking of fire, shout out the Rodriguez family up in Ansonia, Connecticut. My girlfriend's brother's house burned down, sadly. Everybody's okay, though. But shout out Junior and Brenda Rodriguez,
Prayers up.
you know. And hopefully they get things back in order. But, yeah, that's rough. I mean, fires, that's scary stuff, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of,
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to just bring it back a
to
little bit.
Back to NFL.
Back to the
news.
NFL. We have a takeover. My bad. I forgot all about the. Let's start with the more serious one. I was gonna get right into Belichick, but I completely, just because of the fires.
Yeah. So
Forgot about
Patriots second round wide receiver John Mechie just announced yesterday that he had been diagnosed with
He's a
leukemia.
Texans rookie,
Oh,
actually.
Texans. Did I say Texans? Oh,
Patriots.
I said
You said
Patriots.
Patriots.
My bad.
Texans rookie.
Red and blue. But yeah, he's from.
Gordon Damer would be losing his mind. You got the team wrong. You got the name right, but you got the team wrong. And he'd be right.
Yeah. But yeah, Texans rookie wide receiver John Mechie, second round pick, is just got diagnosed with leukemia, and it's a very sad situation. But
Dude,
he
that
said
is
they caught it.
wild.
They caught it early.
It's
So
very it's the most curable form
yeah,
of it.
Was,
And
was it
But
Hodgkins?
still, dude, when you hear the C
Yeah.
word, man, it is.
It's scary. Yeah.
It-
And it's just like
petrifying.
a guy who just got drafted. He was ready. Like he was
he's
Alabama.
battling back from an ACL injury also on top of that.
Unbelievable.
Dude, what a string of bad luck. But that is like, as you were going to say, that this is the last guy that you expect to have something like this going on.
Healthy guy was
You know.
NFL ready for the NFL.
But you know what, dude? Look at Trey Mancini. He had a little, well, I don't want to say little. He had cancer going on. He beat it, thank
Anthony
God.
Rizzo too.
You know, same. You know, so guys bounce back. As we've seen in the past, hopefully this is going to be another one of those feel-good stories.
Eric Berry, remember Eric Berry?
Mhm.
One of the chief safety. He came back from cancer, and he was even dominant as he ever was when he came back. So,
Yeah, so, I mean, sometimes these guys, as we've seen guys beat it and come back healthier, stronger, better. Hopefully this is what happens with them, because this is wild, man. I can't even imagine being in anybody waking up one day and getting that news, especially when you're an NFL player. They're in better shape than all of us, and
Yeah.
catching that is, I mean, come on, dude. That's wild.
Yeah.
You know, so, but
it
hey,
was Jordan Mechie. And
Thoughts out to him
He
and his
released a
family.
full statement saying he expects to recover perfectly fine. He'll miss the season, obviously, but 2023.
hey, we'll be looking forward to it.
yeah, dude. Like he said, like any guy who goes through that, you know, when he gets back to the field, like first game back, it'll be his first NFL game ever. Period. So when he finally gets the field for the first time, it's
17 touchdowns.
It's gonna be emotional, man. I hope that guy has a great career.
Yeah.
I mean, we love the comeback stories here at Mazz in the Midday. Am I right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, John
rooting for
Mechie. He won a national championship at Alabama. I'm pretty sure too, right?
I mean, there was a good chance if he was at Alabama, he probably won
Yeah,
one.
he played with Devontae Smith and everything. Yeah, like,
Sweet.
yeah. Well, so John Mechie, prayers up, man. Hope you get a full recovery, and Texans could really use you this year because we know that
they got no one else.
They got no one else. But moving on here in the football news,
The takeover.
the takeover.
The
Bill
Dark
Belichick
Lord
of the Sith.
has just taken over command. Forget everybody. Forget my former coordinators. I don't care that you were head coaches. How dare you leave the regime? Now you're back. You came crawling back. And guess
Patricia.
what? Guess what? It's not good enough. Yeah, you could be here. Maybe I'll consult you if I feel like it. But you got no title. I got the. He's taking over offense, defense. Already the head coach. I'm pretty. Is he still the GM?
Yeah,
He's everything. This is the.
he's literally the college.
I was gonna
like
say
a
the
college
Pat
coach.
Riley, but it's bigger than Pat Riley.
He's a college coach.
He's
pretty much.
taking everything over, dude. No, it's beyond that. This is
Bill's town.
a dictatorship. But this
Well,
is
it's always been a dictatorship.
yeah, but now it's legit, like not even hiding it anymore. Like this is all me. The entire organization is
So
me.
if we don't know, people don't know who are listening right now. Bill Belichick announced the other day that no one's going to be the offensive or defensive coordinator for the Patriots. He is pretty much just taking over the entire duty of calling the entire game.
I'm surprised he's not the owner. I'm surprised Robert Kraft is even there.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm not even mad about it. If anybody's going to do it, it should be him. But you're taking on a lot of responsibility. Yeah. Dude, he's up there.
Yeah, he's in his 70s. He's got to go to different meetings. Think about all the offensive, defensive position group meetings that happen in a week.
I guess he's here for it.
As a coach, how do you manage all that?
I don't know, but Bill Belichick will. I think it's going to work out, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be even better than before. Because here's the thing. When he took over the defense, they became the number one defense in the NFL that
Yeah, but
year.
he still also had someone to run the offense.
Yeah, but now, are you not optimistic about this? Do you think it's going to work out, Connor?
I mean, it never doesn't work out.
He said the other day that Mac Jones came into to training camp in the best shape of his life.
Let's go.
And he looked really good. Like he's learned the Patriots offense. He knows everything. And if Bill Belichick says he's high on you, bro, come on.
Dude,
Listen,
he was high on Jimmy Garoppolo, all right?
But he also traded him.
He didn't want to, but he did.
Won a couple more big soups.
Listen, Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler last year.
Don't get me started. I'm still standing by it. If Mac ever leaves the Patriots, it's a wrap. Not sold.
But he said Max learned the Patriots playbook and he's ready to go. How confident are you in the Patriots to do some damage this year?
Third in the AFC East.
We know Connor's going to be a homer and think that the Miami Dolphins are going all the way, but they're not doing anything.
No, I didn't say that. I said they're
I'm sorry,
third in the AFC East.
Nah, dude. They're number 2 at least.
I mean, Miami's going to be okay. I don't think they're going to be bad, but I think
Mac or Tua.
Mac.
And I can't stand Mac. I don't even dislike Tua. It's not like I have this hate for Tua. I'm just, if we're being objective here.
I mean,
at the end of the season, you'll have a different answer.
I'm just sick and tired of Tyreek Hill just continue. I think it's a meme. I think Tyreek Hill's just making fun of himself by saying that Tua is accurate. Because I think he knows to himself now that Tua isn't accurate.
Dude.
But he's just got to keep convincing people.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Tua is not my first choice. He's not in my top 10 choices.
Well, yeah, of course.
He's not in my top 15 choices.
Back to the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Okay, so yeah, Mac might be right outside that top 15, and I don't know if Tua's even close. And I can't stand Mac.
I want to see if Mac takes the leap, because sometimes we see that there are sophomore slumps.
Yep.
I do think he will hit a little bit of a rough patch in the first few games of 2022. Who are they playing the Patriots to start the season?
Is it not the Jets?
No, the Jets are playing the Ravens week 1. That's why I think I'm going to the game.
I think I'm going to the game.
But I think week 1, the Patriots will be playing
the Dolphins.
The
Miami Dolphins.
That would be a good test, man.
So
that's going to be a good test.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think they lose game 1, but I think that they end up winning I think they get everything together as the season furthers on.
I think the Patriots go 2-0 start. They got Miami week 1 and then Steelers week 2. I think that's 2-0.
1-1 right there.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll see what happens.
I'm telling you, the Dolphins took the Patriots both games last year, and the Patriots never win in Miami.
That's actually a good point.
Hey, listen, that is a good point. But however, the Dark Lord has taken over officially.
The entire
It's not even hiding
thing.
it anymore, dude.
It's like in Revenge of the Sith when Palpatine was, behind the scenes doing everything. And then after Order 66, he takes over everything.
I have a confession to make.
What?
I've only seen the first 2, being 4 and 5.
Well, Palpatine took over everything. That's all you got to know.
Okay. But anyway, that's where we're at here, dude. I mean, this is Darth Vader just taking over everything to me,
See, now you're just even showing that you don't know anything.
I know. But this is what it's at, dude. This is what everybody should be afraid is what I'm saying. Is that when you hear about like Star Wars and like the fear that comes with like Darth Vader, that's what I think about when I hear that. Oh, now Bill's just taking over. Like, get out of my way. I'm going all in. How dare Tom get more big games than me? That's it. We're going back to greatness. I'm at least tying
Could you
them.
imagine if the Patriots play the Bucks this year in the Big Soup?
That
Tom
would
Brady
be
against-
even better
The
than
tickets
a Subway.
would. How much would a ticket
World
cost
Series.
to get like a nosebleed seat?
If that happened,
Yeah, a nosebleed seat would be like
$30,000.
$30,000, $1 million.
Yeah.
For a
No,
nosebleed
dude, they
seat.
might charge $1 million for like a club suite.
Oh, 1,000. I think they already do.
Yeah, so
What do
imagine-
you mean? That would just be double.
That'd be $2 million.
$2 million for. But that's the thing. Would there be anything more pinnacle than watching that?
Nothing, nothing at all.
Dude.
Absolutely
I would love
not.
to see Bill Belichick attempt to pick apart Tom Brady while Tom Brady simultaneously
Tries to pick apart
That
Bill
would be
Belichick.
two guys playing 3D chess in football.
I mean, they already played last year. That was a Week 8 game.
Yeah, but Belichick didn't really have anything that was like worthwhile in a rookie quarterback.
Well, Mac was playing okay that game.
Eh.
Tom was struggling mightily that game. I remember Tom was pretty bad the first few quarters. And that's maybe a testament to Bill knowing
Listen,
who Tom is.
Bill literally beat the Bills. Bill Belichick beat the Bills with Mac throwing 3 passes the whole game.
They're called the Bills for a reason. Because they're Bills.
I thought it was 2 passes.
They're
but
Bills, you know what I'm saying? Bill owns the Bills.
Exactly.
But
Bill owns the Bills.
But that's what we're talking about, man. It's this guy gets it done. It does not matter. This is the greatest mind in football of all time. This is better than Lombardi.
Well, Lombardi was just like a...
Rah, hey,
Yeah.
get him through.
I
run
don't
through
think
the wall
Lombardi
kinda guy.
Lombardi would not be a great coach in today.
Don Shula.
I don't know about that.
Dude, he ran the same play like 50 times in one game.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but here's the thing, right? It's,
Like, he did not adapt an offense. Like, he was that old school football coach where
But
his
if you're
playbook,
adapting him
he
in-
lives and dies by his playbook.
but here's my thing, though, right? He'd probably get coordinators. He's got new talent and a guy that can get like this is a guy that's been known
Well, you got to be able to adapt with the game.
for sure.
Some coaches aren't like that. I think Don Shula was like that.
Here's the
Bill's
thing.
like that.
But any coach that can get a guy to, it doesn't even matter about strategy sometimes. I'm not saying he'd be the greatest of all time, but when you can get guys to run through walls for you, now you're talking. It's a whole different ballgame. You don't even have to be the best team because these guys are willing to
I would have
literally.
loved to play for a guy like Lombardi. but-
Those guys are literally willing to not leave that field. All right, so it's. I don't know. It's hard, but this is bigger. I think even Shula, like this is Bill Belichick. This is
Is he the GOAT?
the football god when it comes to coaching.
Well, how far is he away from like the all-time wins leading, like for coaches? Because I know Shula, I think Bill went to like 3rd this year, right? At the end of this year,
I believe so.
he's like behind Shula and I think Tom Landry. Because Tom Landry and Shula coached for like 30 years, so like it's tough to like really get to them. But I think Bill's pretty close, if I remember correctly.
He's in 3rd.
Yeah, but yeah, Landry.
He's past
what's the
Landry.
numbers?
He passed Landry. Who's
Yeah, he's
in
past
second?
Landry.
Noel? Chuck Noel?
So it's
No,
just
it's,
Don Shula and George House in front of him.
Oh, George House.
Bill Belichick will need 40, he'll need 39 to take the number 1 spot. 39 more
That's
wins.
3 seasons probably.
Yeah,
Probably 3, maybe 4.
I think he does it.
Oh, who knows if he'll stick around 4 more years.
Well,
I think he does it.
if you
This
count
guy's-
playoff victories.
providing
if you count playoff victories, then what is he at? I'm not sure.
I think he's above them because if you count playoff victories, he has like 40.
Because Don Shula's at 347 with playoff victories, I believe.
Dude, I don't even care about being the regular season thing. I mean, having
6.
Six? Is
Yeah.
it 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
He's got more single
6 soups.
than
6
any
soups.
team has. Like any other team has. Like the Steelers have 6. That's it.
he's an animal.
It's a man.
He's an animal.
It's a manimal.
It's
And to be able to do this in this era of football where it's like the hardest it's ever been to win a championship.
yeah.
32 teams.
It just got harder. They added another game in the season.
Exactly.
Didn't even realize Andy Reid is 5th on that list.
Wait,
Andy Reid's quality, dude.
he's a consistent 10-win guy. He's been doing it for 25 years.
And Mike Tomlin's 19.
Really? He's that low?
I thought he'd be a lot higher, to be honest with you. He's been there for.
Here's the thing. That was something I was thinking about with the Steelers the other day. Everyone said the Steelers are going to be in last place in the AFC North. I'm like, dude, Tomlin's never
There
had
is a
losing
team
record.
called the Cleveland Browns.
Dude,
That will be
Tomlin's
last.
never
That
had a losing
situation
record.
we covered is going to determine a lot of things. But the Bengals are still the number one in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's toss.
See.
I think the Ravens are definitely going to be. I'm not going to say they're far and away better, but they're
You
definitely
should
close.
see- Oh, if we only had visuals to go along with this podcast, so you could see
Dude,
Mazz's
yes,
face
Lamar
right
Jackson is fantastic. The rest of the team
But
is
I'm saying
okay.
the team was injured all last year.
Did they? But fair.
They lost their entire cornerback room by week 9.
now. And running back room by
And running back
preseason.
room.
But in a pass-heavy league, they don't have the offensive weapons outside of Lamar.
Mark Andrews.
That's it.
That is the side of Lamar.
That's it. I'm not. What are
J.K. Dobbins.
Here's the,
Who's
I-
coming
I,
off
I
an
don't
injury?
think you need to have a top end receiving crew to be a top team.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you do.
Well, the Ravens were 14-2 with probably the worst receiving core in football.
Okay, but you got to go deep into the playoffs. And what did we see
But
happen?
we're talking about who's going to finish in first place. I'm not talking about the big soup.
I still think it's the Bengals.
I think the Bengals win the division, but I don't think it's by much. 1-2 games maybe.
I don't know.
The
I'm saying
Ravens do
3.
not have a top 20 receiver in the league, so like, you know.
Thank you.
All right, but we have probably
This is a
top,
pass-heavy league. This is where we're at. You guys literally are running practices where multiple guys go down with injuries. I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
Don't get me wrong, they got a top 5 tight end though,
Yeah, for sure.
but they have no
Top
top 20
three.
wide receivers.
Is that
Top 3.
Is that enough?
Top 3? Well,
Top
yeah,
4.
sure.
Top 3.
Let's hear
Top
it.
4.
Oh, I said Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, Waller, Pitts.
Yeah, I got that swapped. Just
Pitts
still
with
5.
Andrews?
No, I have Waller.
Waller Andrews.
Yeah, because they just got Devontae Adams, dude. Waller has no pressure on him. He's going to be wide open. He's going to have the better.
If we're
year.
talking about coming into the season, bro, Waller had 600 yards last year and 2 touchdowns.
That's all right, but he just got possibly the number 1 receiver on
okay,
his
that
team.
doesn't factor anything.
Yes, it does. It
No,
opens
it
him
doesn't.
up. It 100% does. It's
We're
the
talking
same
about going
reason-
into this year, not what he's going to do.
Yeah, going into this year.
Do you
that
think he's
factors in
going to
what's
do
gonna
that?
happen.
You think he's going to have more than 1,000 yards?
Yeah, I think he could.
I don't think so.
I think
He's only getting older, dude.
The
100%.
Ravens have one of probably the second best cornerback duo in the league. And
Yeah, he thinks.
Oh my god. Keep going. Go ahead.
and they have a good tight end, of course. They need a receiver. Do you think they need running back help? Because they have a lot of good running backs.
Dobbins is coming back and Edwards is
I
coming
just,
back.
they
but
need to
are
stay
any of those
healthy
guys
there.
top 20 running backs in this league?
I think Dobbins could be a top 15 running back.
Could
in this
be,
league.
but is he?
His rookie year, he was slow getting out of the gates, but then once he was like meshing with Lamar, dude, he was
But
going
is
for like
he?
And
300
Zadarius Smith screwed them as far as their edge rushing goes because he's a top 20 edge rusher, and now they
Well,
were going
now-
to get him,
well,
but
we
now
still have,
here-
they
but-
still have
Walk.
Owe. They still have Owe,
But here's my thing, though, right?
who's gonna be a stud.
If you're looking at Dobbins, you're talking about what he could do. All right? And it's going into this season. So you could absolutely look at Waller and be like, yeah, getting the pressure off him going into the season factors in to going into the season. He had a down year, but let's be honest. He was the number 1 target. Everybody just was like, hey, we shut him down. We're going to beat the Raiders. That's what's going to happen here. Yeah, Renfro was good.
They have Jacobs too.
Fair, but is Jacobs factoring in as much as Waller was? That's the question.
Jacobs had a down year too. They were stuffing
Yeah,
him.
he's a top
You know?
15 running back.
Yeah, I like Jacobs, dude.
Yeah, he's a top 15
he's a
running back.
violent runner. I'm a big fan of it. All right, like that guy like runs through guys with a purpose. I'm a big fan. But here's the thing: it's when you get the level of player that Adams is, it changes things and it opens guys up. It's the same reason why I think the Chiefs are going to be struggling on offense this year, because the cheetah's not there. They're going to be relying a lot more on
Well,
Kelsey.
they got Sky Moore too in the draft.
Yeah, but
he's sort of similar in.
Justin
Still so.
Ross. Talking about the Chiefs right now, correct?
I thought Sky Moore they got.
Well, they picked up Justin Ross as an undrafted free agent, which is a steal because he was supposed to be a first-round pick, but then all the injuries happened, this, that.
and
That
I'm not
is-
sold on Juju.
Yeah. Juju's a 2.
Yeah,
He can never be a 1.
I
Yeah,
I
dude,
think
they
you're
got
right.
Sky Moore in the first round, bro.
Yeah,
but
I think the
But here's
Chiefs
the thing,
no
we'll
longer
see what
have.
happens with it because he's not cheetah yet.
The Chiefs are in the same spot where they don't have a top 20 wide receiver in the league anymore. They have
The best tight end in football.
the best tight end in football, but there's no top.
And the
20.
running
And a better
back room,
coach.
and the running back room's pretty bad.
Yeah, they
I'm
definitely
not
don't.
high on Edwards
They
Helaire.
definitely don't have a top 20 running back in this league.
But
Absolutely
would you rather
not.
have Edwards-Helaire or J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbins.
I'd
If you say you like Josh Jacobs, you're gonna love J.K. Dobbins.
For sure.
Josh Jacobs is proven. That's the difference.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
that is the difference.
But
But I'll
check it out.
I'll take Dobbins. I'll take the chance on Dobbins over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah.
Dude, Dobbins played in a system at Ohio State was just much similar to what the Ravens run, and he could definitely run for like over 1,000 yards.
I'm very interested to see in it just because Helaire is that kind of like scat back to me. He can be that receiving
But he
back.
fumbles too much.
But that's the thing. Listen, from a guy who's watched Cole Beasley literally go from fumble king to revitalize his
Entire
career
career.
as a slot receiver, not being the number one guy, but that's something you could definitely improve on. Like ball protection you don't necessarily like, oh, the guys you see guys have bad years with fumbling, but it's never really a thing that's like that's his reputation.
Zeke was fumbling a lot that 1 year, right?
Because that's literally just what's up.
Didn't Zeke fumble like 4 or 5 times?
Yeah. It's literally that's strictly technique, and that's something you can absolutely work on.
Yeah.
You know, this is not like, oh, I absolutely have to make an athletic improvement to happen. Like, this is something I can literally practice every day and just need to be more mindful of it, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think going into the season, I'm probably going to rock with Edwards-Helaire, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong about that.
Yeah. I'm just salty at Edwards-Helaire for losing me a couple fantasy games.
It came down to the fumble, man.
It literally did. I lost like 2 games this year by like less than 2 points
You're the most unluckiest person
Exactly.
in fantasy I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I do beat Connor twice when Connor's 11.
Yeah, hit it with it.
Come on.
Fantasy baseball is
All right, let's head over to basketball now for the last half hour of our show. A few breaking news updates that came out.
This is for Ben Jarreau, because I know he's been dreaming about this.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, huh? I mean,
Up
we
to
talk
B-Town?
we talk about Kevin Durant every week now. It seems
I'm
like.
getting sick of talking about it. I wish
yeah,
the trade would happen already. If a trade doesn't come this season,
we wasted so much time talking about Kevin Durant.
we've wasted so much time just trying to come up with a hypothetical, what's going to happen, the possibility. And if it doesn't go through, I can't stand the Nets. Because you absolutely should just be trading it.
Well, apparently the Celtics are proposing a trade for Kevin Durant. Jaylen Brown is in the talks. And I think, what they say, Marcus Smart maybe?
They want Marcus Smart, but I don't think Boston's willing to give it up.
I mean, it is.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, 2 first-round picks.
And I think Brogdon, because they just got Brogdon. Flip Brogdon, maybe?
I think that might be too much. I think Brown is a established guy now at this point.
Brown, I think he could be a top scorer.
It's arguable right
He's
now.
just inconsistent. That's the problem.
I'm telling you right now, I think he's out of the two of them, he's the more consistent in Boston.
Out of him and Tatum?
Yeah. I said it. They're just never on together, but Tatum had a way worse finals than Brown did.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I still think that Tatum's the bigger star and is going to have the more potential, but
Plays better defense.
but I think Brown he's no slouch. And this is a guy that, okay, I'm giving up KD, getting him Marcus Smart and some picks for. That's fine with me. Would you do 3 first round picks? I'll add another one because now
Four
it is
first round
KD.
picks?
No, 3 first round picks.
Okay. Smart.
And Brown for KD.
If you replace one of those picks with a guy like Brogdon or Grant Williams, I'm in.
So 2 picks and Grant Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a deal. What about you, Connor?
Let's do it. I mean, of course, I would hate to see Kevin Durant in a Boston Celtics uniform.
And Celtic fans are not wanting it, too. I've seen plenty of, like, Celtic fans are like, don't do it. We don't want KD. They don't want him. Like, I mean, KD's still a top...
KD came out and said it was just like, first off, KD's still a top 5 player in the NBA. All right. Second, KD came out and said, like, oh, I've talked to Kyrie. I want no part of Boston. Like, you have a choice, dude. There's a no-trade clause. I mean, there isn't. There is not a no-trades clause, which I am still very shocked about. But they can send him wherever.
Yeah, like, you know what? You're the one who's being a nuisance. We can do whatever we want with you.
I mean, you're the one that wants out. He doesn't have the power here, and I think that's a legitimate package that I would consider. You're talking about 3 players that just contribute to almost championship basketball. Right there. These are nice core pieces to start a rebuild with. Plus the 2 picks. I think this is a good package for KD.
I think the Celtics definitely give the best offer.
I don't think the Nets do it because they're
scared.
insane.
Do you think there could... So if the Celtics are still in on this Nets deal, do you think another team could come in and do a 3-way trade package? Could Donovan Mitchell be involved and go to maybe send Donovan Mitchell to like Brooklyn, and then KD to Boston, and then Boston sends those players to Utah.
Utah would have to be giving up a lot of those picks that they just acquired. I don't see it happening, but it's something that like it works in terms of like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather have Smart, Brown, and Grant Williams than just Donovan Mitchell. I said it.
Of course.
I think Brown.
Yeah,
I think Brown's
do
better
too.
than Mitchell.
Yeah, Smart, Brown, and Williams over Mitchell by
I
itself.
just proposed
100%.
that, thinking maybe that could be an option for the teams who are.
I have no clue.
negotiations.
I honestly think Donovan Mitchell's gonna end up in New York. I think they're gonna get the deal done.
I sent you a pretty interesting. So Bleacher Report came out the other day, and they were announcing like different potential trade packages, and one that really caught my eye. I sent to Mazz. I don't know if this is happening, but I sent it. I was really excited. I want to talk about this because I think this would be a perfect fit for Donovan Mitchell. The Cleveland Cavaliers. So this is what the trade would be. The Cavs would get Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gay. In return, the Jazz would get Colin Sexton, Ochai Agbaji, Lauri Markkanen, Isaac Okoro, 2025 and 2027 first-round picks, 2024 and 2026 first-round pick swaps.
It's not a bad package. What do you think that leaves the Cavs, Connor? Donovan Mitchell going to the Cavaliers and Rudy Gay as a nice bench piece because he's solid, but he's older.
And Colin Sexton going to Utah. Young.
As long if they
Yeah,
keep
but
Darius
I'm talking
Garland,
about the Cavs.
Oh, for the Cavs,
that's
it
for
says.
where who's
Okay.
going to win. Like if the deal happens, where does that leave the Cavs?
I mean, they keep Darius Garland, and
Yeah.
they have Donovan Mitchell, so the backcourt's
And they still have-
complete.
And they still have Mobley and Allen. So even
They're
the front court.
set. They're a playoff team.
I
But
say
where do
they
you
could-
have them? I think they're. I still don't think. I think they're 4 or 5 seed.
Yeah,
with that.
that's perfectly
I
fine.
still-
yeah, sure, yeah.
I think they have a chance to win the Eastern Conference.
Oh,
Do you think they're a 1 seed with that move?
no.
Maybe like 2-3, but I still
Okay.
But I have a chance that they could beat.
But
they could win the
they're
Eastern
not a
Conference.
play-in
I'm
team.
gonna be honest. I want to see it.
They're not a
I
play-in
would-
team.
Dude, the Garland. I think I was telling this to you. I think Garland could be a number 2 on a championship team.
He's
Garland,
Dude, did you get any sleep last night?
I feel like I went to bed. When I woke up, I was still really tired when I texted you.
Good God,
Connor's just been yawning all day.
dude, whose man is this?
He's like
we
a-
even stopped for breakfast. I fed the kid.
He's like Eeyore. You remember from Winnie the Pooh, the one who always yawns and he's always tired?
Dude, that guy's. I wouldn't say that just for the fact of Eeyore's literally just like an animated visual representation of depression.
And that
Connor is
not exactly
Connor's
accurate.
the Energizer Bunny.
Connor's energy, and then he crashes.
He's SpongeBob,
then,
dude.
Then he just crashes real quick. and
I'm
he's just really sleepy.
SpongeBob.
He's SpongeBob.
I am a fry cook too.
I know you are.
He's literally SpongeBob.
So who's Patrick and who's Squidward, huh?
And Squidward all day. And,
I don't think he's Patrick. He's Mr. Krabs.
I'm probably Krabs. I don't know if I'm
Is
Patrick.
Ben Patrick?
Yes. Ben is,
Oh, Ben does look like Patrick.
Ben
a
is
little bit.
100. Sorry, Ben. If you're listening, you are Patrick. Anyway, back to the NBA talk. That was fantastic.
Yep.
So back to the Cavs.
I'm a fry cook.
But
Speaking of a fry cook organization, the Cavs. Go ahead.
fry cook organization. No, but
Let's be honest. Outside of LeBron James, they're a fry cook organization.
I think Darius Garland for sure could be a number 2 on a championship team. Dude, the last.
But my question is, can Donovan Mitchell be a number 1 on a championship team?
But you pair him with Garland, that's a good 1-2 punch.
And Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, they're
You have
kind
good
of pretty
defensive-
nasty.
Yeah, you have a good interior defense.
Pretty nasty.
I think Garland's a not bad defensive guard.
No, not at all.
He's like he could play both ways very well. And Mitchell, he's kind of a liability on defense, but like
You know what I'm just thinking of right now?
What?
Knicks fans everywhere are thinking, absolutely, Donovan Mitchell could be a number 1 on a team. Until he goes to another team, it's like, absolutely not. They're not going to win anything with him.
the experiment's not going to work, and then they're going to get all salty. But no, like I'm looking at Darius Garland's stats. He's gone up in scoring each year. He's gone up in rebounds, gone up in assists. Each year, he gets better.
Oh, I'm sold on
right now
it. It's Mitchell that scares me.
He averaged 21 points, but I'm saying you match him with Mitchell. Mitchell could get you 25, 26 a night.
100%, but he's got to step up on the defense.
True, but when you have
They got Mobley and Jarrett Allen and Isaac Okoro. They're set.
No, the deal would include Isaac Okoro.
I understand. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Now you understand.
Well, Sexton is a good defensive guard who will be going to Utah. That's another guy you lose.
Dude,
but
he is.
Mobley
he was supposed to
and
be the
Allen,
guy,
they're
and then
set.
Garland basically, booted him out of town.
well, Sexton's going to be on the moves at some point this year.
I think so. He's a restricted free agent, I believe.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Cavs bring him back.
But they use him as a piece to move?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Why would you let the guy walk for nothing?
Well, what did he have? What was his injury last year that he missed the year with?
Was it a knee injury, I thought?
I love how none of us know.
Dude, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, come on. If you know, congratulations.
You're a Cavs fan.
You're a Cavs fan.
And
You
you didn't leave when
You're
LeBron
either
left.
a Cavs fan or you just pay attention to every
You're a
small market
Cavs fan
team.
that didn't leave when LeBron left.
And we applaud you.
So those are real. Those
Yeah.
are real Cavs fans. And yes, it was a torn meniscus.
Torment.
I'm good, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But like I think Sexton healthy, he provides great defense. And I think he can get you like 15, 16 a night.
Mm-hmm. A solid player.
Would he be a starter?
15, 16, he averaged
Over
24
in,
last year.
Utah?
Yeah, probably.
Forget 15,
With
16.
Clarkson,
He got a knee injury.
Okay.
it'd
So
be
we're
him,
talking like I think Sexton's a legitimate 18 to 20
with
a night.
He'd be him and Clarkson in the backcourt.
Well, don't forget about Mike Conley.
Clarkson will be starting.
You think?
Clarkson's better.
I don't think he's going to be starting.
You think he's better as a sixth man?
Yeah, I really like him as a six man. Wish he would have done it in L.A. Maybe he'd still be there, bum. But no, the guy.
Everyone's just better when
Everybody
they
who leaves Los Angeles can't handle the pressure. Everybody from that young core, Clarkson, Randall, Ingram, Zoe.
Lonzo,
You're
yeah.
killing me, guys.
We
Even
could've
Kyle Boozma has been sitting there
Boozma.
putting up points for Washington. All right, I can't.
Taylor
stand
Horton
this.
Tucker's going to be averaging 35 with his
Get
next
him
team.
out of town. Give me Lonzo back. I'm completely fine. It's the only one I want back. I don't even want Ingram back because I feel like Ingram's going to just have the pressure and crumble under it again, even though he's probably the best out of everyone I just named. But Lonzo, I think, with this current core, guys, would actually really prosper. I would love to have him back. But everybody else, bums.
Come back, zone. See LaMelo's changed his number?
Yeah, to number 1. Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
LaMelo changed his number?
LaMelo's going to number 1. Big news breaking thing.
Big news.
He was 2, right?
He was Dos.
Who
now
cares?
he's Uno.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Why?
Juancho
he's
Hernan
still-
Gomez has signed with the Raptors.
Speaking of things that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo Cruz made it.
We were looking for stuff to talk about this NBA time around.
This is a rough NBA. Let's get to it. My favorite part of what I wanted to offer up we've been talking about this Kyrie KD scandal, and it looks like Kyrie might be the one. That's a scandal.
Scandal.
That's not really a scandal. My bad. This
Rendezvous.
headache. That wasn't the word.
Okay.
Connor, what does rendezvous mean?
Dude, you're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the wrong person what that means.
Rendezvous?
You're asking the
that what you're talking about,
wrong
rendezvous?
guy.
He doesn't know what rendezvous.
It means meeting.
it's like a
great.
place to meet, like the rendezvous point.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Hey
There you
yo.
Didn't know what a rendezvous meant.
That was fantastic. Anyway, I was just thinking, I was gonna do this with Kyrie Irving, but now we're gonna switch gears here. Donovan Mitchell, or whomever I bring up.
Okay.
For the first one, Donovan Mitchell or Kyrie Irving, who would you rather have?
Donovan Mitchell.
Connor? Mitchell or Kyrie?
Kyrie.
I think Kyrie's a better player, but he's not on the floor. If he plays a full season, then I'll take Kyrie. But Donovan Mitchell.
Right now in their current states, going into this next season.
Donovan Mitchell.
Connor's still rocking with Kyrie?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I think I'm rocking with Kyrie. I think he's worth the headache. In the right situation.
I don't know. I think they provide the same roles. I don't think Kyrie could be a one on a team. I think Donovan Mitchell can't be a one on a team.
Fair. No, also, I think we're also looking at this at unique points here. Because I feel like we're all... like Connor definitely looked at that from the most objective. I feel like you're looking at it from like a Nets standpoint. Yeah. And I'm looking at it from a Lakers standpoint where Connor's just looking at them as straight up talent.
Yeah, Connor's got the most unbiased.
Because I think
view of
if
it.
Connor would have said Mitchell, I'd say he's taking it from a Heat viewpoint. But that's how I'm definitely thinking of these things right now.
All right, so next one. Donovan Mitchell or who?
Donovan Mitchell or Paul George?
Donovan
Paul
Mitchell.
George.
I'm taking Paul George.
He plays defense.
He does play defense.
That's true.
Who's a defensive player of the
you know what?
year
Yeah, you're
candidate?
right. You're right.
You know,
You swayed me.
I know. Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland? Ooh, I said it.
Darius.
Darius is younger, and he gets better every year.
I think I like Darius better than Donovan Mitchell, and people are probably going to think I'm nuts for that.
Darius is a better shooter too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mitchell's not bad. He's such a weird player.
Darius
dude.
gets more rebounds, plays better defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather Darius Garland.
Yeah, 100%. John Wall.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
that one.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
Here, I got one.
Go ahead.
Shy or Donovan Mitchell?
Oh, you got me.
Shy.
Oh, you got me, bro. That is a good one. Oh man, you got me. I think I'm going with Mitchell, dude. Just because Shy's nice, don't get me wrong, but Mitchell at least was a 1 seed, and it wasn't because of Gobert, that's for sure.
All right.
In the West, I gotta rock with Mitchell.
Jaylen Brown or Donovan Mitchell?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Jalen Brunson or Donovan
I was
Mitchell?
thinking Brunson, but
Oh, I
thought
think
that
Donovan
was a
Mitchell.
little-
Come on now.
I'm going with Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell all day over
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson.
I was gonna bring that one up, but I was like, I think that's just like a layup for Mitchell.
right,
That's dates respectful.
Donovan Mitchell or Anthony Edwards?
Oh.
I might take Edwards. I might have to take Edwards.
You got me, bro. I think
I'll still take Mitchell over him.
I don't know. I like Edwards, bro.
I really
do.
like Edwards, bro. I think he's the
And he's developing a jumper too.
and he's athletic.
If he develops a jumper, man, he's going to be scary.
I think I gotta go with Edwards over Mitchell, dude.
Wow.
Whoever plays defense first, that's who's got my vote.
Bradley Beal or Donovan Mitchell?
Bradley Beal all day.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal all day.
But Bradley Beal just doesn't want to win. That's the
Harden or
problem.
Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Current?
Harden's on the decline, bro.
Yeah, I got Mitchell now. Now, if we talking like Houston Harden, that's not even a question.
Yeah,
but
that's of course. Yeah. I was gonna say Trae Young. That's a stupid question.
Trey all day.
Chris Paul or Donovan Mitchell?
Oh,
Two completely different games. Which one would you prefer?
Chris Paul's older though. That's the thing.
Doesn't seem to matter.
If you're
Honestly,
talking
it
about-
doesn't seem
well,
to matter.
well, let's say-
if we're just talking for one season,
Yeah.
I got Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But no, I'm rocking with Mitchell. Come on. It's not getting any better. They just got swept. Not swept, but like, it might as well have gotten swept, all right? They lost to the Dallas Mavs. I keep on wanting to say that they got
All right.
swept because that's what it felt like.
One more. Donovan Mitchell or De'Aaron Fox?
Oh, that's actually a really good one.
Wow.
I think it's, dude, I don't know. I feel like De'Aaron Fox really gets,
He gets slept on because
He's in Sacramento.
yeah. I'm still
like
going
Donovan.
with Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
saying, let's
going
stick
with
with
Mitchell.
Donovan.
My last one for you, LaMelo Ball or Donovan Mitchell.
LaMelo.
Oh, not even a thought.
LaMelo's younger. He's got a better jump shot. I think he's taller. He's more athletic. In the long run, I think LaMelo's gonna be better.
Okay. But for right now.
Right now, I'd say Donovan Mitchell.
Fair. All right. I mean,
That one's hard.
come on, Connor.
Sure, Donovan Mitchell.
All right, well, I love this game. I want to do one more. Donovan Mitchell or DeMar?
DeRozan?
Yeah.
I'll take Mitchell because DeRozan, who knows how many of those years he has left.
I'm taking DeRozan.
Oh, man.
Dude,
When I shoot it, it goes in. Come
the
on.
best midi in the game, bro.
When I shoot it, it goes in.
So, this is before we finish up here. We got some NBA free agency lingering, guys that haven't hit the teams yet. Who do you guys think is the biggest guy left on the market that you're most intrigued to see where it goes?
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, like he's not going to resign.
Yeah, because anyone else is gonna take him over the
How
Heat.
ridiculous would it be if the Boston Celtics signed Udonis Haslem?
I would
You'd
cry.
Every Miami Heat fan would be up in
A
arms.
collective groan.
No, dude.
If the Bucks
They
or
would
the
fly they'd
Celtics
fly
signed
to
him,
Boston.
Come back.
It would
Come
just,
back.
It would just go ballistic. Anyway, that was funny, Connor. Udonis Haslem. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I still think Boogie Cousins got something left in the tank.
of course.
He's gotta stay healthy.
I really want to see where he ends up again. I think Denver might bring him back. I don't know. Him and Dwight, I'm always going to be intrigued about. I mean, these are guys that were
Once the best
centers in the NBA. Not even a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How about you, anybody you have your eyes on?
One guy that I could definitely see. We're talking just unrestricted free agents or restricted free agents.
Anybody that's a free agent. Restricted.
Dennis
unrestricted.
Schroeder's something on who He had a down year last year. Someone could definitely sign him for cheap, and he would be a solid point guard option to come off the bench.
Who would you like to see him on? Because I'm going to be honest, I think the Clippers...
Remember, Trez is a free agent still.
Trez? We don't know if Trez got that little legal situation. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know what...
3 pounds of the Mary Jane. What are you doing, guy? Even the places that it's legal, that's illegal.
Hassan Whiteside?
Nah.
Nah.
I'd rather have Dennis Schroeder.
I'd rather have Dwight.
I think Dennis Schroeder is probably the most intriguing because even though he had a down year last year, I think he could be a solid second point guard on a
Blake
championship
Griffin.
team. No.
Stop it, dude.
Jeremy Lamb's a free agent
That's
still.
fine.
Would you stop just naming people?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
All right, can I talk about Dennis Schroeder, please?
Can I talk about Dennis Schroeder, please?
Well, where would you like to see him? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Clippers really need to strongly consider a LaMarcus Aldridge or a Dwight Howard. Preferably a Dwight Howard for them.
A Dennis Schroeder, Philadelphia maybe?
Interesting.
Behind
Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, behind Maxey, he'd be a 6-man. Have Maxey and Harden run the top, and then Schroeder fill in.
I don't hate it.
Toronto,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
it's also a team I could see.
Didn't they just get... Where's Dragic at?
Goran Dragic.
I thought he signed with
not
Toronto.
in Toronto. He got traded to Toronto with the Kyle Lowry trade,
Yeah.
and he refused to play games for them. So it's definitely not Toronto.
He's not in Brooklyn anymore.
He was in Brooklyn.
Somebody find me Goran Dragic.
You know I got you.
Did he
The
sign
residential
with the
squirrel is on
Mavs?
the way.
No,
That
I don't
might have
think
been the case.
It was the Mavs.
Well, he's a free agent right
Bucks?
now, too.
He's a free agent. Goran
No, I
Dragic.
think he signed. He definitely signed. I
Chicago.
remember him signing. Chicago. That's right.
He's going to be the next Kirk Heinrich.
But I think Dennis Schroeder could definitely go to Philadelphia.
I like that move. I honestly see Schroeder. If I'm a team, you got to give him the low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could buy low
Watch
for
out
him.
for Miami with him.
Please.
You want? He's like you could buy low on him, and he could definitely have a rebound year.
Yeah, no,
I'm in on
with it.
Schroeder.
I don't want him.
Lakers?
I don't want him.
Well, because
I'll take him, but get me a big name for crying out loud. Something, anybody. I'll take it. You know what? I shouldn't even say that. Anybody that can put the ball in the hoop, we'll take.
who's not named Russell.
No, dude, you know what? If they don't get the deal done, I think it could still work out. Don't get me wrong. I am leaning way more towards trying to get a Kyrie Irving, but if it doesn't get done, there's a way to make this work. They won it all with Schroeder and Rondo. There's a way to make this work. He's 10 times better than both of them right now. It's just he needs to play the role. They need somebody that can actually shoot the ball from a three-point perspective, because nobody can do it. Every time they bring in Wayne Ellington, who was leading the league in three-point percentage, can't do it. They bring in Danny Green, struggled there. Every time that they get a shooter, Avery Bradley, the guys just don't work out. I don't know what's going on with it, if teams are just focused in on it or what, but why do these guys always shoot better until they get to LA? I don't understand.
The hoops.
And then after they lose, they lose the guy. Like Danny Green was okay, like shooting for Philly.
Danny Green's a really good player, man.
Yeah, he's a solid 3-and-D's, exactly what you need.
His career's probably done, but
oh yeah, 100%. But that is a guy that's gonna go down as a great role player.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be forgotten, except for guys like us who just love talking the game.
like a Robert Ory, but
You
not as like winning as Robert Ory, but four titles, man.
You just need somebody that
Well,
when you're talking about a solid role player guy, somebody that does his job, somebody that just you need to play defense.
He had 4 titles. What, 3 teams?
Yes. 2 with the Spurs, 1 with the Raptors, and 1 with the Lakers.
That's crazy. Like,
And if he gets another one with Philly,
how many players have won 3 titles with 3 different teams?
I mean, that's what happens when you contribute to winning basketball.
I think it's only been probably like 5.
I mean, Kawhi's gotten them like 3 of them, you know.
Yeah,
so
but 2 different teams.
yeah,
How many players have won 3 titles with 3 teams?
couldn't even tell you.
Robert Ory.
That's
Steve Kerr, if you count coaching.
no, I'm not counting coaching.
Let's talk about just players. Danny Green, Robert Ory, probably.
We're definitely missing some guys.
Probably.
But it's still an impressive feat. It proves that you can go to any team and be a legitimate role player. That's the thing about him. He knows his role. Some of these guys, Tyler Hero could be that guy. He chooses not to be.
Yeah, Tyler.
What do you mean?
Just know your role. Tyler wants to be a star, let's be honest.
A starter?
Star.
Well, he could be definitely a star.
I think he'd be better
He
off on his
averaged
role.
20-something points a game.
No,
last
your role,
season.
dude. You'll be good.
Just shut him down.
Just shutting him down, dude. But no. So
Wow.
somebody else. Speaking of the point guard position, the kid out of Denver, who's on the free agent market.
Monte Morris?
No. Come on, dude. He's hitting all the wild passes for Denver. You guys are killing me right now.
Jamal Murray?
No, dude.
Bones Highland? Point guard for Denver.
Dude, I feel like such a schmuck right now.
He brought him up.
Campazzo?
Thank you. Campazzo, dude. That guy, I mean, dude, I don't know if it's just the highlights or what, but exciting player, man. He be hitting the craziest passes. That guy's like the new Ricky Rubio.
The new Ricky Rubio.
Ricky used to hit some crazy passes.
He's still in the league, though, so there can't be a new Ricky Rubio. We have the current.
He's on the
Ricky Rubio.
downward trend. Where's Ricky even playing right now?
He's to Cleveland last time I saw him.
I think he didn't finish the year with Cleveland.
I think he's T-Wolves.
Imagine.
No, I don't think he's with the T-Wolves.
Right back
He's
to
still with
Minnesota.
the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Did he really? I thought he left mid-season. I don't know. That was Rondo, probably. Rondo went to the Cleveland Cavaliers mid-season.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then one more story I want to hit on before we end. We have a few minutes left. Golden State just won the championship. How do you think they're any closer to winning another one next year?
I hope not.
What is the possibilities of them winning again?
It's definitely there. Trust. It's there. It's always there. It's never
If they keep
not
the
there.
if they keep the core, like if they keep Andrew Wiggins, it's there. It's
Also,
definitely there.
I forgot to mention that free agent Iguodala.
Oh, he's still there. He's going to re-sign with
He
them.
might resign. Here's the thing, dude. They are a team that just 100%. They just get the guys that they need. Doesn't matter. They're gonna find talent. We lost Gary Payton, the second. On to the next one. You know, they don't care about losing guys because they know that the guys that they're losing are pluggable, and guys when they go to Golden State, like JaVale McGee, play their role, and they know that they're gonna win.
They buy in.
That's what a dynasty does. That's why they're a dynasty. They buy in.
Dude, do Schmuck of the Week already?
Oh yeah, we got to do something.
Schmuck of the Week is going out to Nick Wright,
Nick Wrong.
Nick Wrong,
And Skip Bayless.
and Skip Bayless. That top 10 list that they put out,
Skip Payless.
both of you guys are just disrespectful on Kobe Bryant.
And
I'm
LeBron.
sick of seeing it. No, Nick, I think has LeBron number 1, actually.
Skip was way.
Skip had LeBron at 9.
Well, Skip's made a career out of.
Skip has just been a clown with LeBron. And I'm just sick of seeing this, guys. Where here's the problem of where you see hot take media. This is where they're getting its flack because it's guys like this that are just absolutely disrespectful. And Wright's a little more realistic than Skip is most of the time. But I mean, dude, this guy, I just can't agree with the takes. Kobe Bryant is the greatest Laker of all time. All right, he's the only Laker to win that many championships and not have a top 75 player on his team. This is a guy who is... Magic didn't even average 20 points for his career. All right, let's talk about that. Kobe literally has averaged over 30 points twice in his career. Averaged 30, I think, twice in his career. And ends up with the injuries and all things considered still around like 25 plus for a career. Better scorer, better defender. We're literally talking about one of the greatest competitors of all time. When the only person that you're compared to is Michael Jordan, I'm sorry, you're higher than 8 or 9 wherever you have him on those ridiculous lists. Kobe Bryant's a top 3 player all the time. The fact that LeBron James is even, somebody would even consider him lower than 5 is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of in my life. These are players that are generational talents. You will never see somebody at their level ever again. All these guys, Giannis, Steph, they're not getting there. They're both above them. No matter how long, these are careers that will never be replicated. Zion's not going to do it, and he had all the hype in the world. Stop disrespecting these guys. Stop making hot take media look like clowns. We love hot takes. But not like this, dude. Somebody go back up an argument for me, because I promise you right now,
Get some help.
that better not be for me. Why are you
No,
going?
I'm talking about Skip.
Yeah,
Skip
thank
in
you.
that.
All right, because I'm telling you right now, Kobe Bryant would smack half the guys on Nick Wright's list. that are above him.
Didn't he have, yeah, a couple of years ago, Nick Wright made a list. He had like Jerry West at 10.
Dude, Jerry West is awesome. I'm a Lakers fan. The reason why he has Jerry West is because he's the only person to win a Finals MVP on a losing squad. The only person to ever do it. LeBron probably should have got some, to be honest. All right, but I like the fact that the MVP goes to the guy who wins because that's what it's about. Who wants to be the Finals MVP on a losing team? That is just weird to me and just kind of, I feel like you're going to break apart a team there. However, it is what it is. Last story of the day. Schmuck of the week going out to those two numbskulls. Last story for the final 2 minutes here. The Charlotte Hornets are talking about bringing in Isaiah Thomas and Kemba Walker. How do we feel about this?
The Charlotte Hornets?
The Charlotte Hornets.
Oh,
Bringing
yeah.
back Kemba?
Yes.
And Isaiah, not bringing back, but adding Isaiah Thomas on top.
Let's go.
What are they thinking?
What do
Let's
you mean,
go.
what are they thinking? Like,
James Bouknight can't even get on the court. And they're going to go bring back 2 more point guards. I want to see these guys somewhere. I'm a big fan of both.
I do like Kemba back in Charlotte.
I would love to see it. I would love to see Isaiah Thomas get on a team.
Boston.
But you have James Bouknight who can't even get on the court. And they're going to go and bring in more guards? Don't they still have Terry Rozier?
C.
What's going on here?
Charlotte's got a love-hate relationship with Isaiah Thomas. They just keep bringing him back and then cutting him and then bringing him back and cutting him.
Did that happen? I thought that was only like once.
Twice, I think it was.
Yeah.
They might have been 10 days, though, so it might not have been, like, full-on
Possible.
contracts.
So
You're right. I don't know, man. I'd like to see it. And for the love of God, somebody get LiAngelo Ball a shot in the league. That's all the time that we have.
Pat Riley, if you're listening, you love to develop players that aren't the most known guys.
Dude, LiAngelo Ball.
Go get LiAngelo Ball.
Can legitimately help out a team.
Pat,
Good
go
three
get him.
ball.
Go get him, Pat.
Good 3-ball. The kid can play defense. He's going to buy in. He just wants a shot. I'm telling you, this kid needs it. Is that it? That's a show.
that's it.
That's a show.
Mazz had a little tirade, got some things off his chest. Thank you once again for listening to Aunt Mazz Midday here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We just hit top of the hour. So we'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday for another episode for the show. Stick with us. If you guys want to listen to the show afterwards, you don't have to.
We would appreciate it if you did.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Aunt Mazz Midday. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Your preference.
Here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. 2 claps on a Rick Fair.
Woo! See you next week, everybody.